What's up, Laggin Out Legion? Yeah, look at that. We have a crazy 3-shot today. Crazy 3 shots. Woot. Woot.
Yeah, to move my dude over.
Greetings and salutations. I couldn't type out salutations because I don't know how to spell it.
Right.
Good thing Oni's here.
Yeah, that's what we got Oni for.
Yep.
If that's what I'm here for, we are fucked.
We're fucked then. What's up, everybody? We are lagging out live. You might notice that there is one person short.
Yeah, we fired him.
Yeah, no, we didn't fire him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but he will be back next week. But you can see to my left, it is the one and only Blacklight Oni. In the middle, I'm Chieftain. And to my right here is Soda Popinski.
I'm better than him.
Yay, and he's got a cool background today. Check this out. It's a pretty cool background. Look at that.
My nerd shit.
Yeah, he's only 3 feet tall. So, like, compared to his cabinet behind
That
him.
is true, yeah. But I'll take another picture next week.
He's actually in a real office this week.
That's what it does look like, other than you can see all, well, depending on how close the camera is, I guess it's pretty accurate, I guess.
He actually fits in one of those Funko Pops. So yeah, that's where he goes to sleep. In the
I mean, I
Funko Pop.
could theoretically. Let's see.
Is there a Tiny Tina Funko or?
Yeah. Cool. Wait, no. Wait.
That's
Can you hold it? Can you pick it up?
Oh yeah, there's
Go ahead
Tiny
and pick it
Tina. Tiny Tina's right there.
Which where? On the left? Oh, on your left shoulder or?
I'm standing on her head right there.
Okay.
Let's go put
I'm
ourselves.
standing on your
okay.
head.
Yep.
Cool.
Can I get any smaller? Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, he's like, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf.
Soda on a
Now,
soda?
soda on a what?
Soda?
God.
Cobra? Oh shit, that's too close. Anyway.
That's funny. Soda became a wizard. You're a wizard, Soda.
There's a wizard actually back there.
You are a wizard.
There's Geralt. Well, we got Tiny Tina, we got Butt Stallion, Cartman, Tweak and Craig. You can't see my other Deadpools because they're on the shelf. But
the 3-shot is so old that it says guest 3 fixed camera. That's what it says on there. Okay, there we go. So this is an 18 plus. Oh, Soda on a Codex. There we go. So we haven't done this one in a while, so we're gonna do it today.
Attention, darlings. Thank you. The preceding content is intended for mature audiences. Opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of Laggin Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors or advertisers. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, if you don't mind, I saw something shiny and I'm going to make it mine.
I love that. I see something shiny. I'm going to make it mine. Very, very well done, Blacklight Oni.
Attention.
Oops.
The preceding content is intended for
What's up, Kazoo?
Hello to our Canadian friends, Great Gazoo. Great Gazoo, you're we did a short with you in it referencing the Tesla truck, and it was very popular on YouTube. Apparently, we were actually defending you. He's like, you can have that opinion. You're just not allowed to ride in my brand new Tesla truck. It was very popular on our YouTube shorts. Go check that out, guys. When you get a chance, pretty funny. A lot of stuff went viral for us last week. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, how do you support us and you don't have any money in this economy? Apparently, the economy's doing well, but not where I live. So give us a shout out, follow our stream, maybe tell a friend or engage in our posts. Root for them. Yay! Cheer for us. Yay. Grenna says Prime subs. Yes. Yeah, because you're pretty popular, and the macaroni and hot dogs thing is very popular too.
Hell yeah.
And then the third most popular one was Oni saying, "I am not signing any titties." And that's still very popular on TikTok and Instagram. I am not signing any titties.
Funny.
Look, turn around, dude. Turn the fuck around. I keep on hearing it in my head. Oni, it was comedy gold. It was really fucking good. But economy doing well. We are exactly mad.
I mean, according to Biden, it's just great. Greatest thing ever. So
it's the greatest thing ever. It is fake news.
I saw a pretty funny video. Magma, you guys will like this one. Putin was like shooting a sniper rifle at something, and it's just like every time Biden's like has fell in all these videos, you like shoot it and Biden will fall down the plane, you know, and he'll fall off the bike. It's fucking hilarious.
That is very funny. Where are you? Where is it? There it is. Okay. I might have to fix that shot on the fly. Copy. There we go. Oops, the wrong one. I copied the wrong one. There we go. So let's go to the 3-shot here. Let's go to this one. And don't forget, like, if you want to support us, we need one more person. It's driving Soda crazy having uneven hierarchy.
Actually,
here.
I think we lost 2. We lost somebody else this week. I'm not sure who it was, but
Who did we lose?
we lost like 10 sound bits. That mean we lost another person.
Oh, okay. Maybe Hypernova? Hypernova.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Or Storm? I haven't seen Storm in a second. But don't forget, you guys can do that for when we don't get any money for it, but you can do high quality streams on there with your friends on the Lagging Out Discord. So yeah. I think at a 1440 streaming rate, I think, or
pretty
quality.
Good. Yeah.
So if we get a couple more people, we can do that, and you guys can stream on there with your friends and buddies, and it's a great community. Also, the Discord PSA was very good the other day too.
We usually,
by the way, Oni,
we spend most nights watching Mayo con Dios play her games. Our nightly entertainment.
Yeah, it's kind of like in those chats, in the video chats, it's kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000 meets Twitch. So like when Maya plays, we're like cracking jokes and trying to distract her. She's like, "I'm sorry, what?" Or "Shut the fuck up." Or like we'll make comments about the environment and stuff like that. It's like, I wish I could run like that. And she's like, yeah, me too. We might stream that. We were talking about streaming that, just like an impromptu stream to see if people will actually watch it, because I haven't seen anything like that recently. But other than podcasts on our social medias, you might want to check out Baldur's Gate on Thursday nights at 7:30 Eastern time with the Mariner and Soda. How did your stream go last night, Soda?
We actually did pretty good. Got some shit accomplished, but still no sex. But you know,
yeah, turn that down.
Yeah, Mariner, turn that off.
You're not allowed to have sex in the Midwest, so it's kind of that's turned off. If we just add that, I think we'll get 50 viewers on your streams. Hashtag add the sex.
And we always have Gazoo there and Mojo. Mojo's always staring us in the wrong direction, but
Maya said, Chief has caused my death several times due to making me laugh while I'm playing. That is true. Whether it is Assassin's Creed or what was the other one?
Star Wars. Laggin. Yeah,
Star Wars. Oh, she'll ask a random question. She's like, I got a question for you, Chief. What is this? And I'm like, what is the name of the city that, what's the name of the planet that Cloud City's on? I'm like, oh shit, I have no idea.
Yeah, that was a stumper.
Yeah, that was hard. I actually had to go look that one up because I forgot.
Actually, Oni would be the person.
Oni would know, and Oni knows a lot more than I do in Star Wars. But
yeah,
I know,
if you described me the city, I've never played those games. I might know, but Magma would.
But you know, Cloud City is on what planet, right? You would know that.
No, because I've never heard of Cloud City.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're not, and then we don't feel so bad.
I don't feel so bad now. So
Bespin. Magma just said it's Bespin.
Bespin, yeah, it was Bespin. Like, we had to look it up because I didn't know 100%. Thank you for looking it up online, Magma. I appreciate it.
I don't
You
remember.
didn't have to. I
Oh,
assure
you
you,
have to?
you do not have to look that up. He just knows.
Okay.
Nerd.
Oh, that's good. Thank
No,
you,
I'm just
Magma. I
kidding,
appreciate
Magma. We love you.
Yeah.
The Star Wars D&D campaign books that he owns, which are not the ones from the 2000 teens. These are when Star Wars was that Star Wars edition was done by, I don't think it was Wizards of the Coast. It was a company that's no longer around, figure. And they actually, in some of the books, have star maps, and they have a photo, they have an image of the galaxy. It has planets that technically, according to the lore, at least back then, should not be accessible or visible. For example, Anzac. The planet Anzac is technically disguised because the species there is so powerful they can hide it, and the whole point is no one's supposed to know they exist because they're called space vampires. They eat brains. Okay,
Sweet.
so it's not considered great.
They're space vampires, so if I was around and they were looking for food, they would literally starve to death.
Yes, they would skip you.
Well, it's not necessarily about that. It's about the amount. It's about your force sensitivity. They drink your force sensitivity from your brain.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. I need to see what they look like now. I'm just curious.
I actually have a character who is an Anzat. Someone else does as well. Basically, the thing is that they're described as humanoid. I'm trying to see if I even have an image of them in here. I think I do. They look humanoid and they look like humans, but they tend to come in like shades of gray, and they have larger noses. This is not like, this is just really old art. Okay, hang on, I can't even see if I'm showing it right. This is really old art, so please excuse me. They have large noses, and they tend to come in shades of grays, so like almost an ashen appearance sometimes. But the thing is that what they also have are pouches in their cheeks where they have essentially their siphons, and when they go to eat their prey, the siphons come out. So
oh, they like come out like tentacles or something?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, and they tend to go up the nose, but basically it breaks your bones and gets to the brain.
Oh,
wow,
that's pleasant.
You're right.
There were two named Jedi who were Anzati, but one of them wound up being contained for like over 1,000 years on the prison planet because he started eating people, and apparently they took offense to that. And another one went to start his own religion or religious practice, essentially, which actually wound up being in the Legends lore. Luke Skywalker actually makes sort of a treaty with them because they started off as hating the Jedi because they looked at Sith stuff, so they started hating the Jedi. And then the Sith, when the Sith took over, went to go kill them. Yeah, Magma, it's Gen Sarai. Thank you. And
Gen Sarai.
So then the Sith went to go start genociding the Gen Sarai. And then the Jedi, with Luke Skywalker as the Grand Master, came back and saved him, and they kind of sorted things out. They're like, we follow two different practices of the Force. You're basically gray, and I totally respect that. You will never find trouble with us. Peace. And that was it. So the Gen Sarai got fucked up a lot, but yeah, the Anzati are not allowed to be Jedi anymore. Hutt are not allowed to be Jedi anymore because there was a Jedi Hutt. Leia killed him.
They had it coming.
No, he fucking did. He hid for like 300 years. No one could fucking find him. And then Leia did. And then apparently he was actually a really good duelist, but she killed him.
Did he really kill them, or he just didn't have a safe word when he was being choked?
No, she fucking killed him with a lightsaber. She outdueled him. Leia was a phenomenal duelist. Technically more powerful than Luke in the Force, but she mostly used her brains.
Yeah, Luke was like a whiny bitch. I need some power converter. Shut up. I would imagine that Leia would be a more stronger character because they actually, when developing the characters for 7, 8, and 9, they made her more established, and she had a saber and everything, and her getting stuck in space and everything, and then like using the Force to get back in, it showed how powerful she had really become.
I mean,
I
part
think
of
her
that was
brother
also
trained her.
part of that was from actual original Legends lore. Was she wound up actually training to be a Jedi, and the only reason why she wasn't Grandmaster instead of Luke was because uh she went to have a family with Han Solo, and they had their own children, and she did her own thing. But when she was needed, Luke could call on her, and she'd show up and take care of business and get shit done. So it's not like she was just sitting all pretty. No, she was dealing with a lot, and the fact that one of her children, Anakin Solo, wound up dying young, and then Jason went Sith, and then I keep forgetting her daughter's name. Did they name her Padme or Amidala?
You're asking the wrong one.
I'm waiting for Magma to respond.
Oh, okay.
But
with the Legends, I don't know Legends lore.
Legends, I think, was a lot cooler because that's when you find out Sith were a species.
Yeah.
Sith was a species. Were a species.
Yeah. Keyword were. A violent race that didn't like sharing. Guess what happened?
Sharing is caring.
They kind of wiped themselves out. There are still Sith bloodlines, but they're like super diluted at this point.
Yeah.
I thought Sith was a title, but it was actually
it came
race.
From the Sith species.
Right.
There were some very, very powerful Sith that we're not going to go into because it's not really relevant. So
I could talk about it all day, honestly, but
yeah, this was a pretty interesting question I found to do. So.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read it. I will fix the background in just a minute.
Okay.
I'm in studio mode right now, so fixing something in the background. So I will hit the trivia question music.
Anyway, trivia for this week. Like I said, I found this interesting myself when we were looking. But the PlayStation was developed after a fallen deal with which company? Sega, Nintendo, or Atari? And the answer shocked me, so pretty.
The answer will shock you too.
So I won't put my 2 cents in. Just say it was like, huh? Really? What? So.
Huh? Really?
Because I was going down. See, if I ask the questions and Badger can answer them, then they're too fucking easy. So.
Oh my god.
Of course, both of them have to do with Pokemon and Animal Crossing, and which she knows everything about. So
very knowledgeable. Oh, that's the old one.
Yeah, this is, like I said, it's was a good question, I thought. So
I meant the background.
Oh.
Okay. I gotta figure out where it is. Anyways. There we go. So let's get to the first topic. First topic of the day. This was the greatest meme ever.
Right.
Mike Tyson versus was it Logan Paul?
Yes.
Logan Paul. If you guys don't know Logan Paul, get off from underneath your fucking rock, because him and his brother are like shit. They are everywhere. And
he is in a video game, so we can't talk.
Right.
Both of them are in plenty.
Right. So it's kind of like sports related, but kind of not. But Logan Paul and Mike Tyson have agreed to fight in a boxing ring in Arlington, Texas, July 20th.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, July 20th, and
On Netflix of all places.
on Netflix. So hopefully you can all watch it there if you guys are interested and you want to see the slugfest. A little bit of context: Logan Paul's in his 20s. Mike Tyson is closer to 60. I think he's like 58 or something like
I
that.
think it's 54, 55, yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Let me see. How old is Mike Tyson? 57.
All right, 57, yeah.
Yeah. And the dude looks like he could still knock out motherfuckers. I would not take in this fight, and I don't know if anyone has predictions on the staff or in the chat, but I hope Tyson knocks him out in 15 seconds.
I'm more worried
Because
it's a money grab is all. That's what I'm worried about. But I don't think Tyson would lay down for anybody, so.
I don't know. The money's
You
gotta
hate
be
them both. How do you hate Tyson?
I don't know. How do you hate Tyson? Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe the older Tyson, but the new Tyson is
Yeah.
when he got away from all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Basically, Don King is. You guys don't know who Don King is.
Right.
I hope he knocks him the fuck out. But if I was a betting man, I literally don't think I could bet on this fight because I don't know. Like I said, how much is going to be scripted, how much is, like Tyson could be like, I'm handing the reins over, which is stupid. I don't see him doing that, but just hope we don't see a fucking Logan Paul boxing game, please. No.
Right. Logan Paul's knockout.
Oh God, no. Featuring Mike Tyson. See, they could already be scheming that together,
We'll work on it.
Yeah, of course we will.
Yeah. I don't know if this particularly interests Oni, this topic so much, but if you have a comment on it, Oni, let us know.
I cannot stand the Paul brothers. I find them to be a waste of space. Their lack of character, while also being so charismatic to some people, I guess.
Yeah.
Just sickens me because these are the same kids that are going to be entering the workforce soon, and somehow I'm going to have to not want to beat the crap out of them sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, just on the basis of I hope old school wins, I'm really hoping Tyson kicks his fucking ass. Because
that's the going thing right now.
Every time I see any of the Paul brothers, but especially I don't know, both of them.
Jake Paul's the other one?
I don't care which one it is because they both have this look in their eyes that is a special level of vacancy. It's the vacancy of no, it's not that they're stupid. It's that they play it being stupid. And then they basically are complete manipulators.
Tyson actually likes Paul, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, Mike Tyson likes him.
Yeah.
Because he gives him credit for putting the time in and,
Okay,
bringing a lot of
people. That doesn't
people.
mean he likes him. That means he's at least willing to give credit where credit's due. I'm not saying he is like just juicing up or something. It's just the fact that every time I see them, they come across as selfish and
that they are.
Oh yeah.
And morally bankrupt. And I don't interact. I do my best to not interact with people like that. Maybe it's because I see that in myself, but definitely because I find them to be a waste of what they could be doing.
We would welcome either one on the show. Though.
I'm sorry?
That we would welcome either one on our show, though. Silence. Silence.
It's up to you guys.
I don't know how that would go.
We could praise Mike Tyson and talk shit to Paul.
Yeah. I'm like, Jake Paul does a good job as a wrestler. I'll give him that. He puts the work in. I'll give him that.
I mean, they both they're very hardworking individuals. That's what most people give them credit for, and they're also, as Odie said, quietly very fucking smart. Or he has smart people around him, one or the other. So.
Right. And Gazoo, I was like just like back reading here. Well, Paul will say something stupid between now and the fight, and Tyson will hate him. Probably. Someone should mod Tyson's punch out with Paul.
I'm sure they have. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Now, before we were going on the live, Soda was talking about a little bit about Tyson's training. Do you want to share that? Like what you heard?
Oh yeah. I've been watching some of Tyson's. Like, he's just basically, practicing with his trainer. Who, he's just a trainer. They are fully padded from stomach, side, base, everything. And Tyson still hit his trainer with a body shot that doubled him over. And he's like, "What the fuck, Mike?" Like, what the fuck?
He can still hit.
Oh yeah.
You're saying like you couldn't pay me enough to get in the ring with Tyson. Now I would get shelled. I have a feeling I would just get wrecked.
Well, like I said,
all my teeth would go all over the place.
If none of you guys have watched the video of the guy talking shit to Tyson, calling him washed up on the plane, he beat the fuck out of that dude. That dude had a broken nose, black.
That dude fucking had it coming though.
Yeah, that's why he didn't get any charges.
And you think he's not going to do anything? He thinks he's going to get like influence, and then you have these idiots, of course, recording the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's no fucking way.
I mean, he threw about 30 punches in less than a minute and fucked that dude up. People are stupid, man. I mean, they did the same with Diaz, that guy talking shit. Diaz put him asleep right in the middle of the street. Like, yeah. What do you expect?
I've seen this guy like fucking with somebody in the street, and he was a black belt or some sort of black belt in one of the disciplines, and he was messing with somebody, and he went to mess with him, and he turned around and he hit him with the point of his elbow into his temple and knocked the guy cold out in the middle of the street. One shot, boom. Planted him. I was just like you see these fights in the movies and stuff, it never lasts that long in real life.
Yeah, we need to do Oni and versus what's her face, one of those boxing matches, the influencer boxing. No. God, who's that fucking...
No, don't say
Frosk. Yeah, Frosk.
Fucking curse.
Oni versus Frosk. That would be awesome. Marine versus Scrub.
A double top card. Logan Paul and Mike Tyson, and then Frosk and Blacklight Oni. No holes barred.
I'd pay to see that.
I'd pay to see that.
So with my medical team. Holy shit. If I had
No, I could totally see Oni all like in the Gymshark gear, like, fist taped up and shit, ready to fuck some shit up.
Do a bare knuckles fucking.
Oni, you would own her. She seems like a fucking pussy to me.
Oh yeah, I think she definitely is.
I think you would fucking own her.
Would we even be in the same height or weight class?
I don't know.
Not.
Is she fat?
I don't know, because I also have no idea how tall she is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on.
I don't know.
Now I'm curious.
She probably outweighs Oni by.
You're gonna look it up. You're gonna.
I would say 40 pounds. She'd probably have on Oni, but I don't think it would matter.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Frost could look. She could be like 5'6" for all I know. I have no idea how big Frost would be. She needs the money.
Even Magma, I'd pay to see that.
See, Magma would go to see.
He wants to see me fight somebody that isn't him.
Yeah, that would be great. Can you imagine us in the front row, Oni, with our lagging out t-shirts with our big giant like cutout heads of you, just like waving them?
Brad said he would too.
Grenner also says he'd watch it. There's a lot of people. There's a poll here in death. Who would watch Blacklight Oni and Frosk fight on a Netflix special? That's great. And then we're gonna have another poll because I have news. But yeah. But that's gonna be interesting. I don't know if you got. It's kind of like They're influencer. He's an influencer and stuff. I thought that was an interesting story. So yeah. Oh, as Oni's looking that up, we can click to the next.
I'm not seeing her height.
Okay. She can't
I
be that heavy. She doesn't look that
no,
heavy.
she's got to be. I mean, she's definitely in decent shape. When I say
Yeah.
decent shape, I mean looks
For a
like she moves
lesbian.
around. I'm not saying that she's gonna be built, but she seems to be
Wow.
relatively fit.
She has the same last name as you.
I know.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It also says she was diagnosed with, I don't know why this has to be in her trivia for her League of Legends stuff, a mental condition, which, given her outbursts, do make sense. Doesn't excuse it,
Right.
especially with the way she's conducted herself, but hey, good for her. She's had a very successful career, it seems. I can't find her height. So looking at photos of her next to other people, I would assume she's probably, I mean, I can't assume she's over 6 feet tall, but I would think she's probably, oh, hang on, there's a group photo. Let me see if I can compare heights. Nope, they're on a fucking, she's this whole step up from somebody.
And
we might be similar enough height, but I can't tell. I cannot tell.
Well,
Can't
she's
either.
not wearing heels. She's more of the Doc Martin type, if you know what I mean.
Why is that a problem? Why do the same
Timberlands,
fucking thing except
because it, like, if she's posing next to people, it'll give her like 3 inches on the heel.
Doc Martens don't really have that much of a heel, and I'm gonna say it. Their quality has gone to shit. So
it has, or Tim's, or
since
something.
the
Like,
90s,
what's up, Winry?
What's up? Get your homework done.
Yeah, your homework done? You're not getting an extension on a Friday, just so you know. She knows the rule. No extensions on Fridays. Your homework done? It's one of our students, Winry. Winry's hideout. She's also a streamer as well. So welcome.
She picked up something nobody else has picked up in all the years I've been teaching.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not surprised with her. She's pretty smart. So, I don't know. Did anybody watch the Academy Awards? Please raise your hand. In
Academy Awards or Oscars?
Yeah, that's the same thing. Academy Awards are Oscars.
Why do we have two fucking names?
Oscar is the slang for it because someone who won it back in the 40s said, "Oh, this looks like my Uncle Oscar," so they kind of call it the Oscars.
Oh my god!
But Academy Award, Oscars, same difference. But who saw it? Raise their hands. That's what I thought. I didn't watch it either.
I saw John Cena naked.
Yeah, John, for the best costume.
No,
someone actually saw him.
Oh, he walked out on stage naked.
It's a joke.
I mean, they
you
said
can't see him. Come on.
They said he was hung like a horse, so I guess congrats to him.
Midget horse?
Maybe.
I don't know. Someone actually saw him.
No, they showed what he was wearing. It was kind of like a loincloth that was skin colored.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't have the balls to do that. No. Even with that on, I mean, I'm not built
and literally.
Yeah, I'm not fucking jacked like him either. So
no, like a big old fat. I'd have a big old fat gut walking out there.
That was my dad bod.
Really?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It was for best costume design, but he came out naked, which doesn't make sense.
It does actually.
Because he was like, costumes make a big difference. That was kind of the spinoff. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it was funny.
Go ahead, Oni.
It's because for the last several years, Yahtzee and specifically the costume designers in the guild have been trying to argue that their conditions and their pay isn't good enough compared to what everyone else seems to be making. And yet everyone else can go on strike. Everyone else gets what they want, but costume has to keep supporting everybody while getting nothing. Cases in point.
So there were some deep rooted intentions to that. Okay.
Yes, John Cena did in particular make that point. It was on Instagram. A lot of costume designers and members of the guild were quite thankful that someone would actually stand up with them instead of,
Right.
oh, hey, they have to support me, I'm famous. Because their thing is hashtag naked without us. Because
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
costumes, because this is the argument. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying
Right.
certain things do make sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so oftentimes what I heard when I was in college was a lot of folks who were in costume design, as in they were working as a costume designer, weren't taught as costume designers, they were taught as fashion. If you were a costume
Oh.
designer looking for costume design work, they go, well, did you work in fashion? Well, we don't really want to.
Right. It's a different animal.
Now, well, it is, but the problem is that fashion and costumes sometimes butt heads. And if you're looking for a costume designer,
Yeah.
but you hire a fashion designer, don't be surprised when you don't get the product that you're looking for. There's a reason why you're trained differently. And I'm not just saying that because I have a degree in it. I'm saying because fashion, their motto is our runway is the world. The costume designers stay on the stage. Here's the problem. What dress sizes does fashion dress? They have a very specific body type that they dress. As much as they want to say that they want to change how fashion is, they still ostracize people who do not fit that very stick figure.
Right.
Okay?
They're not getting Precious to do their model walks, is what you're saying.
And I'm not saying that as someone who thinks other people shouldn't be able to wear nice clothes.
No, it's just the way
it's
it is.
That
yeah.
Fashion is so old and is run by the same motherfuckers, it's not going to change overnight. And by the way, some of those fashion houses that people really love have horrible, horrible roots. Just look at Hugo Boss. What did Hugo Boss work on? I'll let you fill in the blanks on that one.
World War II comes to mind.
Yeah, and
The
Chanel,
Nazi officer uniforms.
all of their uniforms. Chanel supported them as well.
Yep.
Now, should a whole company be held to the same standard as one person? No. Look at Porsche.
Right.
People love their cars. We didn't love their tanks, but then we also got rid of their tanks violently.
Right.
But
like Mitsubishi had the engines for the airplanes.
They made the Mitsubishi Hero. Yes.
Right. So,
now, but the point stands. These are very old companies run by very fickle people. And the thing is, in costumes, the people working on dressing, working on sewing or cutting or patterning, purchasing costumes, purchasing jewelry, anything like that, tended to be women and still do. It is predominantly women run. And margins are very slim. You're put on super tight schedules, not always treated very nicely. But they also don't get a lot of high pay because of that. Allegedly. I say allegedly only because there are certain reasons why you go, why the fuck aren't they getting paid more?
Right.
Because the level of skill that's required is actually fucking important, okay? You'll notice if it's a bad costume. You won't notice if it's a good costume. Because undergarments matter. And not everybody can just make, a corset. I have not made a corset, and I kind of fucking hope I never do. Right. I'd really rather just choke myself and just fucking die. But also, I could say, well, costume designers don't tend to be in hazardous conditions like the electricians. However, your level of skill should still rise with your proficiency. So they're going to be fighting it for a while. And unfortunately, anyone under the production design umbrella, which is lighting or set design, costume design, all those folks who prepare everything are there before, during, and after sometimes, they're kind of just forgotten about. And I mean, it was a huge deal especially with the movie Cruella a couple of years ago, because something that isn't always thought about is, well, what about royalties? Costume designers don't tend to get royalties even if their costumes are turned into like mass-produced costumes or variations that are like that you would find like Hot Topic, Spencer's, any of those places. They don't get, to my knowledge, they still don't get royalties from that. So when they make that, that's it. And you know, they basically just, some people just want you to buzz off. It's unfortunate, but they are a very proud breed. The costume designers that I have met are incredibly charismatic. They are passionate about their job.
Yeah.
Well, Great Gazoo, I'm not talking about fashion, costume design. Costume design tends to be predominantly women. Doesn't mean it's run by women. I would never say that this
or men that think they're women.
One thing is only run by one gender. It's that women tend to be the ones drawn to costume design. They tend to be the ones getting their hands dirty, so to speak, and sometimes quite literally, because distressing and dying and a breakdown is what they call it, breakdown artist. That shit's fun, definitely messy, but awesome. I loved that. That was a fun part. They
like
are
Godzilla's
predominantly
little tie there.
They are predominantly women run in terms of, you know, boots on the ground. And in especially today's day and age, it doesn't always look good when they don't have any real reasoning as to why they don't seem to be getting better pay, especially when they keep being on in demand, supposed to be on call, this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, you want me to do all those things, but you're only going to give me this much money? Why? You don't do it for them. What's the difference? And eventually you run down the list and it kind of comes down to a short list and it doesn't really look better, which is interesting because then we're going to talk about later is DEI, which I kept forgetting what the fuck that was. Diversity, DI, it's got to be DEI because if they put DIE, that'd be a little.
It'd be die, equity, and inclusion. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
big word.
This is like the one time you'd think people would look there, and to my knowledge, isn't happening. So like the one place it would make sense to go, hey folks, let's check out how you're treating your fellow stagehands and fellow creators. This, you know, seems a little unkosher. This is apparently not it. So yeah, thank you, Gazoo. See, Gazoo, no one really, we just don't. To me, it's unnecessary because the diversity of thought is what I care about. I don't care about what you look like as long as you're clothed. Okay? I want you for your thoughts. I want you for your personality, for what you bring to the table. I don't, if I'm picking and choosing because of, I want to have a box of crayons of people, but they're all empty-headed, what the fuck's the point? And if someone tells me, well, I just hired you because you fill a box, I'm burning the fucking box down. Fuck that shit. I would be insulted. If I am not respected for what I do or what I bring to the table, why the fuck am I here? It is insulting. And also,
speaking of that, I can't find my fucking light. My background light here is not on. I can't. It's driving me crazy. I'm like, I don't know where my remote is. Go ahead.
But then also, yeah, and here's the thing though. If you want a yes man, don't fucking ask me. If you don't want, if you think I'm going to just follow along like a good little duckling, you're wrong. I hate that shit. If I wanted, I may not like the answer, but if I'm asking a question, I want you to be honest with me. I'm not saying you have to necessarily be vulgar about it, but it should be honest and to the best of your abilities, the most correct answer you can give. Because I would respect that. But if
the result of the poll, would you watch Oni versus
take my money, go fucking figure.
0% said toss Oni a flamethrower, be done. Cheat first, soda first. Oni wins NC. Everything is 0%, but there's 3 votes that say take my money. So that's assuming that everybody wants to watch you kick our ass.
Probably. But yeah, so anyways, that's a long story short about the John Cena thing. I think it was him going out of his way to promote this. Now, Am I saying he had to do it in the way he did? No, he technically did not, but he knew
Shaved
what
his
he was
balls for
doing,
it.
and I respect that.
I
But
would
the
have
fact
walked
that
out with that. It was like I shaved my balls for this. I
but
would've
Manscaped.
someone like him would do
Balls is
this
hot.
for costumes and for IATSE, I think shows a bit more of his character as well, because I know he does a lot of charities that he does not like to talk about per se. It's like, look, I do my charities and that's for them. That's their special moment. It's about them. And I completely respect that. I know he's not always the most popular figure, but it doesn't really surprise me that he would go out of his way to help with that, especially knowing his face, his physique, and everybody knows his name. So,
He's kind of like Norm.
but yeah,
Oh yeah, Godzilla -1. Getting back to the Academy Awards here, won an Academy Award, which they broke a record for consecutive wins by an American company. So Godzilla -1 wins an Oscar 37 films and 70 years later. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say the name right. The Kaiju family finally got one. Finally, the Kaiju finally got one. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Oh,
Probably not.
I don't have the article up in front of me, so I don't know if you put it in the chat.
You're good with enunciations with Japanese culture, so that's why.
Gazoo, I haven't. I think Hero did. I do know there's a guy online, I don't know if you've heard of him, Possum Reviews. He saw it and he said it was very good. That they did something very different in the movie, a kaiju movie in particular. One of the big things when it comes to monster movies, whether it's horror, kaiju, they don't show the monster very, very early. They want to hide that to build the suspense. And he's like, look, they came out swinging because they show Godzilla pretty early on. They are not hiding what the fuck this is.
Godzilla.
Kaiju. No, he's trying to put the pronunciation as phonetic.
Phonetically. Yeah.
So yeah, and the thing is that I'm sure everyone was going to get into this, so I apologize if I'm skipping the line.
No,
this was made on like a $15 million budget.
Yeah, $15 million budget, which is next to nothing by today's standards.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty low.
It's stacked its profits.
Oh yeah.
What did they win? I think it was best picture.
Visual effects, I think.
Visual effects, and again, $15 million. Visual effects for $15 million. Now, they were not the only Japanese film to win an Oscar that night.
Right.
The Boy and the Heron won Best Animated Film.
I'm surprised with that. I'm surprised The Boy and the Heron won. I'm kind of surprised. So, they're probably sick of Disney and DreamWorks. So, like, what's something different? The Boy and the Heron was getting a lot of stuff with the Visual Effects Society, and they won awards there as well.
I don't think it was because of that. I think it's because Miyazaki especially is known for his quality of art in his movies and what is expected from his studio. And that story is a giant allegory for his life. It is essentially a memoir in metaphor.
Ah, gotcha.
Now the lead of this Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales' voice, voiced his hurt that he didn't win, or that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse didn't win.
Yeah,
but
I didn't think they would have win either.
He did apologize for the way it came out. I mean, you're allowed to be upset. It's okay. You were in a major film. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Godzilla -1, The Boy and the Heron, they tell a very cohesive story from everything that I've heard. And there's a major part of both movies, coincidentally, because both of them tie in because of the time period, about healing because Godzilla minus one is it's not a retcon. It is essentially a slightly different recounting of Godzilla's origin. So we're talking, fresh from defeat, just got curb stomped by America, World War II, Japan. They've just been, they're just getting back on their feet. They're finally getting their economy back up and running. They have a new emperor because that part of the royal family was removed, not killed, but removed. And Godzilla shows up. What do you do? And then also, of course, the bureaucratic bullshit about, well, what about this? Or what about this? It's like, or just fucking do something. Do literally anything. So, and again, $15 million to make a movie that looks that fucking good.
Oh no, Godzilla.
Thank you, Brenner. They did also really make a point.
Thank you, Grenner.
They kind of brought back Godzilla to its original roots of it's a force of nature. It is amoral. It does not fucking care. But they also focused a little bit on more the humanity of the people, because again, Japan was not the good guy in the situation, but Godzilla also, or the people of Japan were not good guys either, but they were also victims to an extent, because a lot of the civilians, like in Germany, like in Italy, were basically forced to do a lot of things like give up personal effects for the war, give up their children for the war. Right. The emperor is your god. You have no other things to live for, kind of things. And, that wears on you. And it was not fun for the civilians. So I do feel empathy for the people who were handed this situation. And, when you have such a loss, how do you move forward from that, from such dishonor? So they touch up on that with Godzilla minus one, and it's not a retcon, which I think is great. So I hope maybe more movies will be good that are coming out. But since I don't watch movies, I should probably just shut them up about it. Sorry.
Yeah, you should. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, I think it's great because I was supposed remember that Hiro was talking about this, Oni, a few months ago, and saying this is a great film. This is going to kill it. This is going to be. I think he actually predicted this winning an award. Like he goes, maybe he said something to the effect like I wouldn't be surprised, in typical Hiro fashion, like kind of giving a half prediction like he usually does. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if this won something. And if you just look even from the still that we have here, it just looks really good. It has like kind of like a gritty look to it. It shows like $15 million is a lot to some people, and like if I had $15 million in my checking account, I would have bought the Rubicon today instead of the one I bought. But but it just at the look alone there, it's very desaturated, looks very 1940s esque. In my eyes, it looks like late 40s, early 50s. You see there's some destruction behind him. Was that from World War II? Is that from Godzilla? The little saturation of light in here is very beautiful. If you look behind the title, Godzilla minus one, it has the saturation in spots. And going, look at this, like this motherfucker's powerful. Even though it's an overhead shot, the overhead shot is a fucking skyline. So it shows the it really shows the beauty of what you can do with a little, and it tells other independents saying, hey, if this company can do it, so can we. Soda?
I'm just happy after all this time they won. I know a lot of people are Godzilla fans. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of Godzilla fans. I mean,
I know Hiro being one of them. Like,
oh yeah.
And then one of the kids that we taught, he was a big Godzilla fan. Half his movie stuff was Godzilla stuff. So I'm happy for him. It's awesome. So
yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it when it comes out on wherever.
They gotta put it on Netflix now. You gotta think, or some sort of streaming service.
Well, that's the problem. There's so many now, and Paramount will probably get it. And that's like one of the or Peacock, the two I don't own. So
make Godzilla thick again.
Well, I mean, you've seen Godzilla's original images.
Yeah, he's kind of bulky, right? Yeah.
Originally, yeah. You're not talking about
Godzilla 2000. He was kind of slimmed down. Well, I guess would say was kind
technically
of slimmed
Godzilla has been made male or female depending on whatever it is. That Godzilla we're not talk about, but
with Godzilla Kong coming out too.
Oh fucking hell!
Too, yeah.
yeah.
Watch it be like the original Godzilla versus King Kong, where like the American version Kong wins and the Japanese version Godzilla wins.
you got to do it like that, right? You got to play to your home crowd.
You have the proper answer of humans all die. The end.
Right. Well, it's kind of like that old adage in comic books: who would win, Thor or Superman? And you know what Stan Lee said: who's ever writing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You can fight all day that Thor has this power, but Superman has this power, and you can have like a Royal Rumble nerd fest, making valid arguments for either side, and then you get Stan Lee going, it's like, who's ever writing it? That's who's going to win. Which is
why I always got so frustrated with those arguments, because they were so pointless. It's like, oh my gosh, like, and I don't say this to be mean.
Right.
Deathmatch. I know a lot of people love Deathmatch on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Or Death Battle, whatever.
Yeah, Death Battle.
I disliked it because they were comparing apples to oranges, and oftentimes their logic made no sense to me. And the thing is if you can't bring them to a central point of reference, it's not going to matter.
Right.
And then it's like, well, it's just supposed to be fun, or, well, it's just supposed to be for the views. Then what's the point of trying to bring in facts to this if you're just gonna disregard all of it? And
I honestly think that channel jumped the shark years ago, because now they're just doing stupid death battles. I've actually written to them on Instagram. It's like, you're done, guys.
Right.
You had a great run.
Weren't they also run by Rooster Teeth? So what happened to them?
For I think a while. I think they did. I want to say they did. Or Art House. I know there's like a bunch of them that got together. Now I'm double second guessing myself. I don't know. To be honest with you. That's a great question. I don't know if I thought Death Battle was its own entity. I don't, being there, I remember seeing Death Battle, but I didn't see anybody creating it. The studio was kind of small, but it might have been done off site. But I keep on seeing new content, Oni, so I don't know if it's still part of them or not, or they're doing their own thing.
I mean, I'm sure Tales from the Stinky Dragon is probably still doing at least what they've got, but I have no idea what's going to happen in their future.
Yeah.
So funny.
Chief wrote a letter. It's done.
If he didn't get anybody to proofread it yet.
Oh God. Who was the one that asked somebody to proofread their stuff for Q&A, Soda?
That's not the point. I didn't.
It is the point.
Not the point, yeah.
I can't, my grammar is horrible. I can never be a ghostwriter to like, oh, that's the same as say Chief writes in like the chat in Discord. But I have to go back, and every single response, like I know Oni can attest to this. It's like anything next to my name, it says edited. Like I had to go back and rewrite it. I'm like, oh, I spelled that wrong. Oh, I spelled that wrong. It must be so frustrating for you to read my shit half the time. Oh, you do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't catch yours. I catch mine. I was like, man, I sound so dumb in this. Like, I should have just proofread it before I hit enter. But hey, Soda, guess what?
What?
It's time for your 6-pack.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
Refreshing.
You'll laugh.
Sexy.
I'll cry.
Bubbly. Soda six-pack.
It's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Soda six pack. And when Soda pitched this as a thing, I'm like, do we want to do this topic? But he. Oh my God, that one on the right is. Oh my God. I clicked on it and it turned back off. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, am I back now? Okay, good.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah.
All right, so what I was saying basically is I was watching, I believe, Joe Rogan the other night, and he was saying, don't piss off your, we can't hear you still?
You're good. They can hear you. It's a delay.
Okay. Oh, fuck off, Ghost. Anyway, yeah, I was watching Joe Rogan the other day, and he was talking about here. This is why you don't piss off your artist, and you pay them what they ask, because you end up with stuff like this. So,
that one on the right is really bad.
They're all really bad. Like, I mean, if you blew up the one with Mickey and Minnie, that's supposed to be her dress and like his arm coming around. But how many of you think that looks like a freaking
phallic symbol? It looks like Mickey holding a wiener.
Exactly. That's what everybody said. And the other one looks like a wiener on the guy's face. Like what?
Yeah, it totally does. I think that's from Soda's OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, this could be, and this is stuff we don't usually see because it's just like, they hide it. I don't know if you guys ever heard back in the old, like early Garfield days, they would literally do the skip frame and put something funny in between the frames, and you couldn't see it, but it was there. It was funny as shit.
You want some of this cock? What the fuck?
The left can't mean. So this one again, Little Mermaid, we've got what appears to be a giant balls and cock right in the middle.
Oh very phallic, yeah.
And again, like you're not gonna notice this. Like, if
oh my God, open wide. What the fuck? Is that real? It looks like someone drew that in.
Yeah, one of their artists drew it in one of the frames. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You would never see it, because like this is blown up, of course, but like cock and balls. That's right. It was definitely.
Oh, why don't you use the cock and balls for a bit? Do that for Mama.
But these are funny things that I mean, there's tons of them. I only grabbed a few that were very obvious, but
the Lion King one, when he poofs down, it spells out sex.
That one and the other Lion King one where it's literally a chick. Like, we'll save those for another day. But these are obvious.
We'll
open up. That's one of my favorites. I open wide.
Did I tell you the story when I was? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh, go ahead.
Did I tell you the story of when I was at Junction Point Disney Interactive Studios where someone got fired for something like that?
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, someone tried to put something into the game. It's a kid's game.
Oh.
Epic Mickey, like we talked about last week. Oh no, I'm talking about that today. But Epic Mickey, the game I worked on for the Wii.
Right.
They were the lead concept artist and the junior concept artist tried to sneak something into the game. I don't know what it was. All I know is they were walking out with a cardboard box with all their shit in it right in the middle of production.
I mean,
they don't tolerate that shit. Like, because all that shit that you said that happened, like they have a rule that if you're caught, you're automatically terminated. That's it. There is no probation. There is no strike rule. You're out.
I would imagine, yeah.
Oh shit. And like that's why that company made me lose 30 pounds. I was 172 pounds when I left that company. I was like 210 going in.
Maybe we'll have to do that for one of these weeks. How many things slipped in the video games?
I mean, I've put, like, if you have Madden 2012, you'll see my brother's gamer tag in the New York Giants night game version. It says Rocky in one of the advertisements.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, Hatter. I streamed with Hatter. His old name was Draco. He's a Jet fan. I put his name, I put Draco in the advertisement. They like these have these like 10-foot
Right,
advertising
yeah.
LEDs, and I put them in the aerial shot, the blimp shot in there, and it got in the game. I literally took out their texture and threw in mine in 2012.
That's funny.
Yeah, I have the game. I'm not sure if they updated it and changed it out, but it got approved. It got approved and it launched with the Easter eggs in it.
Sweet.
So, haha, that's why they won't hire me back, because they probably found it.
Probably.
But I've done that before, but I would not dare do that on a Disney thing.
I've done it in drawings and designs, but they don't go to anybody. Like the whole world's gonna fucking see it. So.
Right.
All right, I think we got one more here that's pretty fun. This one's really bad.
Yeah, there is one more, isn't there?
It's really bad.
I love the middle finger. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Like anal beads or something?
Yeah, it's actually the part where he sticks the needle in his butt, but it looks like he's pulling beads out his butt.
Yeah, it totally does.
And in the other one, if you look in the window there's actually a nude chick in the window. And yeah, this is in the film, guys. Like
that's in the movie?
Yes, it is.
That's the Rescuers, right?
Yep. It's and Cinderella, so
oh my god, what the fuck, dude?
So of course we most of us watched even He's like, what the fuck? But we would never thought of that until we got, like now you look at it, you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, I didn't know what I was supposed to look at, and the things that nearsighted, and it's like these big,
tiny, right?
and I put it on my computer or on my TV, so it's it blew it up to this big instead of this big.
Yeah, it's
like I already heard about things with this regarding Disney. Doesn't surprise me. It's still unfortunate. Now you could say, but Oni, you literally drew a dick on government property on base housing once with a pressure washer on concrete. Sweet. Yeah, it was also like this big, and it was highly stylized. Okay,
it was still it was the scale.
2 circles and an oval. Okay, it's super childish. I'm not drawing like lifelike phalluses everywhere, and also I'm not pretending to be a child-friendly company.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, will come into play later. Put a pin in that one.
Yep.
So, and it's also interesting that Disney has had this image for years, because remember, they own ABC. They went around in circles with their show Once Upon a Time, with some of their characters being gay or lesbians. I don't think they ever did anything with it, because the show was owned by ABC.
She's
gay. Ellen DeGeneres had a show that was on ABC, and after she came out as lesbian,
they canceled the show.
A season later. They'll talk all this good stuff about, hey, we want people to feel comfortable being themselves. It's a new era. These are the families and people that we see in our communities now.
Good Lord.
But they won't show it on the big screen. I mean, even with China, with their marketing.
China.
Let's remember all the people they screwed over with their marketing.
Right.
Overseas. But they'll let this happen. Now you could go, but those were old animations. They still happened. And they're from very famous movies. So I don't really buy that.
Rouge.
Still, one of the funnier things that we didn't look at as kids watching. Of course, you wouldn't have seen this one because they're going down anyway, and it would have passed so quickly you wouldn't even had the chance. And it's not like we had a lot of technology like we do now to stop each frame. Like
the Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit new for one frame.
Yep, that was almost made the list.
Laserdisc.
And then they have a lot of the princesses always like kissing their dads on the lips. Was kind of creepy, so
that's weird. Yeah,
I left that out. But yeah, this is funny. I figured everybody in chat would
That's funny.
get a kick out of it. So
There's like a ton of them too.
yeah, there is. I just grabbed like I said, some of the obvious ones, and
Simba. Yeah.
there's a few in the Lion King. Jessica Rabbit was one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could have possibly been for her though? I mean, like,
She
Right?
did kind of a what's her name? Sharon Stone kind of, where she had her legs wide open.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but
okay.
For, yeah,
Yeah.
for one frame, it was just a cell thing. Like you never didn't see any nip slip. It was just like all nude. She didn't have the dress on for like one frame.
And then
Okay.
there's that other one where the baby like sexually assaulted one of the girls. Was that Roger Rabbit too? It might have been Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
Oh, I remember the bishop having a boner in
yeah, that
Little
almost made
Mermaid
it.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. They had to cover that up actually. So
yeah.
but see, these are stuff artists, like don't fuck with the artist, pay him the money. Like, or you'll end up with funny shit.
Give us some fucking money.
That's right. Give us all money.
We had a cash out of $50 from Twitch thanks to you guys' donations. We appreciate
you,
that so
everybody.
much. We appreciate that so much. It goes right into the stream. So if anybody needs anything, once we get like larger donations, I want to start doing like better giveaways. The Netflix one is huge though. That's pretty expensive. But we're thinking about doing another giveaway later. Like everyone got water bottles. All the staff got water bottles for Christmas. So I was thinking about doing that. But we need to hit a goal at least of like $100 a month to do it, in order for us to break even to do the show. Well, we don't break even with the internet and the electricity and everything, but we kind of do it just so that way we can beat out Logan Paul and maybe fight Mike Tyson in 6 months. But
Oh wow, you can do that.
like we're kind of like geeks and gamers, but no one's heard of us. So we appreciate all you guys for what you do. Thank you so much for donating. We love you.
We love you.
And anytime I can hit a segment that has like the cool graphics on that's some of the donations go to that as well. Because some of that stuff is not in-house. We have to like borrow that, change the template around, and move it around 33% and then use it. So, but all the editing is all done by me, and Ezra will be doing it soon. He volunteered to do it. So we're going to have a couple of editors. Also, if you know anybody that's interested in streaming that has a good personality and has the ability to speak on camera as they play,
Wow.
go to lagginout@gmail.com, lagginout@gmail.com. We're looking for one more streamer and maybe another producer or something like that for socials to engage with our community, because those YouTube shorts are getting massive and everyone's commenting on them on YouTube and TikTok, and it's kind of funny. I kind of have not a little stalker, but somebody in the Pacific Northwest that really likes our content, or me cracking jokes or something. She's cute too. I'm not sure if it's like I like your content or I like you. I'm so confused with that. I'm so retarded when it comes to relations and that sort of thing. It's like, do you like my content? Do you like me? What's going on here? I'm so confused. I'm just completely inept when it comes to that. But yeah, trivia question, just a reminder, the PlayStation was developed after a fallen deal with which company? Sega, Nintendo, or Atari? Keep that in mind. The answer coming at the end of the show.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoa. Here we go. This is going to be one of Soda's favorite topics, because Soda loves Spider-Man and everything about Spider-Man. You can't hate Spider-Man or you're a racist. Anyways, but apparently they're looking to do a live action Spider-Man Miles Morales thing, a film, whether it's going to be for Netflix or a feature film, that is unclear, but I would love to see this. And I think someone said they would be interested in doing it. I know that's a different movie, but a live, I think it's time to do a live action one. Maybe wait a little bit of space after the third iteration of the animated shorts, a lot animated features, but there's a lot going on here, so I'm not sure if it's going to be accepted or not.
Were we talking about who would be picked for this character?
I'm trying to land the plane. Yeah.
Sorry.
Soda just said that so eloquently. So we have some theories on whom we'd want Miles Morales to be. And the first name that came to mind, fuck you guys if you don't like it. I think it's funny, Kevin Hart.
No way in hell. Sorry.
Kevin Hart as Miles Morales. I'm dying on that hill.
If he was 20 years younger, yes.
He would be amazing. He's so great.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, if he was 30 years younger, maybe.
You gotta look at, like, I don't want to say children, but younger, like,
younger actors, yeah.
I know I threw a few names yesterday. Dallas Dupree. He's the kid that plays on Cobra Kai. So
yeah, that kid would be perfect.
And they actually, if you guys, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, please.
I was gonna say, if you guys ever seen Sabrina with her cousin, he is somebody also that would be cool, but he's a little bit older. Oni?
There's a YouTuber that I think
Williams.
is fucking hilarious, and I think his take on Miles Morales would probably be absolute gold. Ruined Leon.
Why do I know that?
Because he wears crazy hats, and he did a live stream with Gothics about a couple days ago, maybe a week ago.
Oh.
Huh. I know I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's pretty young, but he likes to call attention to the hypocrisy of basically the news versus what they say they uphold. He's like early 20s, but he's got a very sharp mind, and he's very quick-witted, and I appreciate that. And he is hilarious. So I think he'd make a great Miles Morales, because although I feel like a lot of times they try to make Miles Morales to be some wet behind the ears, sweet but naive child, Ruined Leon would be like this way. We could fix this. Why are we not fixing this? And his sarcasm would be absolutely golden for Spider-Man. So
great, because you said Marvel would cast
Colin
Powell.
A little off there. That's the Canadian version.
That's like a fucked up multiverse version.
Yeah.
You would have seen that in the abortion.
Captain Canada, Captain Canada. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Also, the kid from Stranger Things might work.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see who's right. I don't think Captain Canuck. I don't think Snoop Dogg's right. I don't think Cat Williams. Chris Rock. Cat Williams.
I am not Spider-Man. I am a pimp named Slickback. Slickback? No, you got to say the whole thing.
Cat Williams is another guy who's really, like, when he's not in his character, really down to earth and really religious. So I found that.
Who's that?
Cat Williams.
Is he really religious?
Yeah, it's like Kid Rock. Crazy.
Kid Rock's religious?
Super religious.
He's like, I'll drink a beer and then ask God for forgiveness.
That's exactly what he said. Yep. Yeah.
That makes no sense, because Jesus drank wine and said, "This is my blood." It's like let's get drunk on Jesus' blood, bro. I'm like, let's do it.
I mean,
I think there's two differences. One, I'm pretty sure he didn't imbibe in excess, but also back then water wasn't always the safest to drink, so having alcohol was a little better.
Right. That's why, like, even more recently with colonial times, Ben Franklin said, because they used to drink beer room temperature, beer is proof that the good Lord loves us and wants us to be happy, wants us all to be happy. That is a real quote from Ben Franklin.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like, water sucked here too for a while.
Well, yeah, because again, when you don't have fresh access to water, that should be
Yeah.
your number one big concern next to shelter with heat. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
also wine has tannins in it, so it's pretty good for you if you're into that shit. I'm not, so I don't care.
Prime Minister Trudeau, because he's done blackface before. What
Wow.
the fuck, Kazoo?
Let's just get Robert Downey Jr. then.
Oh my god. Like Tropic Thunder.
I heard that the other day. They were like, yeah, there's no way in hell Tropic Thunder would be made today.
Here's the thing.
The only person that would get away with that would be Robert Downey Jr., who won Best
Yes.
Supporting Actor.
I
from
can't believe
Oppenheimer.
that's his first award too. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I like to thank my bad childhood, my wife, and the Academy in that order. Yeah, they kind of, Oppenheimer swept. They swept all the main awards.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
And that's the one about the
nuclear bomb.
yeah.
And it was funny because they did a whole thing there. Not to jump on this, but I was noticing like Oppenheimer, Margot Robbie, the guy in Oppenheimer played a villain in Batman, Scarecrow. Margot Robbie was Harley Quinn. Then you had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito do an announcement. Only you would have loved this. They're like, "What are you doing?" They did the whole announcement together. It's like, you probably know why we're here. And then Arnold goes, "Yes, we were both killed by
Mr.
Batman."
Freeze and Penguin.
Yeah, we were both killed by Batman. It's like, how did he kill you? Well, it was my natural weakness. Heat, no love. How'd he kill you?
Oh
He
yeah.
threw me through a window. He goes like that. And look, there he is right there. And Michael Keaton just sitting there like all still like this. He's like, and they go, you got some nerve sitting here. He's like, right there. Wait till you're at the governor's ball. We're going to see you. And he just goes like this. It was, Michael Keaton was fucking awesome too. It was so great.
Yeah.
That was a good shout out for the Gen Xers there. That was pretty fucking awesome. It's all over Oni. If you didn't see it on social media, you should see that announcement. It was so great. I love that. Penguins. But yeah, it's kind of like a funeral procession, right? When they kind of put them into the water.
Yeah.
You're talking about that was really good too. I like that. That was very. It's kind of out of the norm. Was it Bruckheimer in that? Who directed that one? I can't remember now. I can't remember. I'll look it up. I'm sure Magma or somebody in the chat will.
I don't even know if he liked those movies.
Let's see. Was it Batman? Was it Batman Forever or Batman?
I don't know. All I know is 90s Batman.
Yeah.
Do not ask me the titles.
Who directed Batman with Penguin?
Don't know.
Joel Schumacher. Yeah, Joel Schumacher. Yeah, because Michael Keaton said he would never play Batman again while Joel Schumacher was alive.
Oh.
So that's why he played Batman after he died. It was a shot at him. So.
But yeah, that scene has always stuck with me for years. I mean, don't get me wrong. Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze with his wife, I thought was really sweet too. But you know, as a little kid, and you're seeing the little penguins waddling down and shoving who they see as their father out to sea, it's like, oh no,
yeah.
oh.
See you later, Cobblepot. But yeah, it's very dramatic in it's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of not. I kind of really enjoyed that as a kid. I liked that one. I think it was the second one. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Come on.
Yeah.
Meow. Like, come on. That was a great Catwoman, especially as a little kid. Michelle Pfeiffer was hot,
It's very gracefully.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think she's one of the better Catwomans in my opinion. Completely understated. But I don't know who this guy is. He keeps on popping up on our show from time to time.
Yeah, that dude, fucking Rangers jersey.
James Harden. What's James Harden doing with a Rangers shirt on? But yeah, Yara. The comic, huh?
Yaira.
Sorry, Yaira. Completely destroyed in sales. The pre-orders hit $1 million in 12 hours.
I don't think it was 12 hours, but it was definitely shy of 24.
It was shy of 24, but that's faster than Rippervert, ESOM 1 did. So it completely crushed. And Laggin Out's officially following them to the Saska sisters. We're following them now. And that is completely amazing. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, Eric will make more money if we do that rap video. Same.
Right, like Super Soda. I do the Super Soda thing first.
And that too.
Yeah.
And let us do your animations.
Right. I could literally get a team together in a week. But yeah, congratulations. This is an amazing feat. Gonna go around here. Oni?
I'll try to make this quick. I'm sorry, Soda.
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they already sold out on signed covers, but the Soska sisters agreed that they wanted to sign more, so that should be up on their website now. They're being the Rippaverse website, so if you wanted signed covers or graded comics, they did a restock because of how quickly they sold out of their stock, or their pre-planned stock, by the way. And they decided that if they can reach another milestone, which I think they're going to try to beat ISOM, which would not surprise me, they agreed that they would have a Yaira statue made.
Oh,
really?
For merchandise purposes. So you could
cool.
have your own official Yaira figure. They said if they sell enough, they would be happy to work on that, because that is definitely one of their goals. And I mean, there were cosplayers of Yaira before she was officially even announced, before Rippaverse technically, said, okay, we are live. There were people cosplaying as her already. I mean, her costume, her looks were already inspiring people. So, given that this is, Yaira was announced, I think, at the same time as ISOM. Yeah, let's just say waiting, going on 2 years now, and it's finally live. Oh yeah, people are fucking chomping at the bit. They were waiting cash in hand on that website, ready for that fucker to go live to hit buy. They were waiting. And it's great to hear that his website's been able to keep up with all these orders.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Mostly I'm just glad that so many people are coming to support an independent creator. And with this, I think this is definitely proof that ISOM wasn't an accident. Alpha Core wasn't an accident. This, and again, let's people keep complaining that we need more female heroes, or that the female heroes just never sell well. Yaira beat $1 million before 24 hours hit. ISOM couldn't do that for, I think, until 2 or 3 days. She beat the lead character holding the comics together.
That's crazy.
It's
cool.
not because, oh, well, whatever reason. No, it's because she's intriguing. They see a mystique about her. They want to see her. She's being written by 2 legends of the writing community. They want to see this shit. And again, these little, notes and details that are being dropped and sprinkled here and there throughout the comics and throughout marketing, people are like waiting to see what comes to fruition, because they're already formulating plans. Okay, fandoms work like that. But it's new, it's fresh, and they're ready. So I think they said this will come out later this year, pretty sure. And remember, there's a fan art contest. There's a fan art contest going out right now. You can win money. You could win a chance to do art for
Give us some
the
fucking money.
comics.
No.
Put in your art. You can share it on social media. You gotta tag Rippaverse, and you absolutely have to put it on their website. You need to go to their website and share that. That way you're in the running and they can review your art.
Badger.
So good luck if you want to do that.
Badger.
Yeah, hint, hint. You know who you are.
Badger.
yeah, I think that's about it that I remember. But also keep in mind, their publishing house is now open for business. So if you've got ideas that you want to run by, you want some editorial help, they're open. So Rippaverse really is opening up to not just his own comics. It is independent comics who want a new place, because there are a few houses out there, but they're kind of niche or have had to go pretty digital because of the day and age that we live in. Hooray. So congratulations to the Rippaverse team. You all have earned that shit. And I'm sure we will be probably purchasing comics at some point. I just have a laundry list of things to do on Saturday.
Thanks for keeping it short, Miss Oni. Soda.
I just want
That was pretty short, I would
say we love Eric July. We hope to have him back soon for you guys. So it's amazing that the success he's having. Like I said, I didn't know the guy 2 years ago, but now he loves to come on our show. So
that's pretty cool, though. You got to think about that. That's pretty nice and humbling.
Yes, that's very awesome. So
yeah, maybe we can do a collab with Geeks and Gamers, possibly.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get him back on soon. He's a very busy man, as we all know. So
we'll wait a little bit. He's kind of busy. We'll wait a little bit. Maybe till the Rangers miss the playoffs this year, then we'll
possible this year, yeah. Then we can really mess with him. But anyway,
he's a very good sport, though. He's very he's very down to earth. That's what I like. He reminds me of my cousin. My cousin makes a lot of money, and you would never know it by talking to him. And he'd be like, "Hey, Chief," I'm not gonna use my real name, but you guys know my real name. It's like, we're talking about Chappelle. It's like, you want to put it on? It's like, oh man, that special's funny. He's like, oh yeah, that's funny. It's funny as fuck, bro. Let's put that on. And he's just like a regular dude. You wouldn't know he was like a CEO of like a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right, cool, let's do it. And very nice. And hopefully he's going to find investors for our studio. So cross your fingers, guys. Lagging out, just trying to step out. That way I could, my dream is to hire Oni as a full-time costume designer and just do costumes for me all the time.
Be awesome.
At least I know I'll have the best of the best, you know.
But yeah, congratulations to Eric. And
congratulations.
Hope we see you soon.
Yes. Speaking on projects that we've worked on before, where'd my mouse go? It disappeared. Where's my cursor? Oh no.
No.
Oh, there it is. Okay. But this, I'm using a new mouse. It falls asleep. I call it Badger. Just kidding.
Wow.
But I'm kidding. Don't get mad at me. It's a joke. But if anyone ever play Epic Mickey for the Wii? Yeah. It was the #1 game on Wii for a while, and yours truly actually worked on it. And it looks like that they're coming back with the classic Epic Mickey called Epic Mickey Rebrush. They're refurbishing the game for newer consoles and cleaning it up. I don't know why. I did such a fantastic job on the original. There's really not a lot of improvement to do because I did a fucking awesome job in this. So great, they didn't hire me for the second one, and guess what happened there? The company shut down. But with that being said, the Epic Mickey Rebrushed details are coming back. I'm sorry, it's coming back due to popular demand. I think it's THQ, and they're in Europe, and they're currently working on what's that?
Nordic. THQ Nordic.
THQ Nordic. Yep. And they're working on it, and it is a very good looking. From what I saw in the trailer, it looks really good. I liked it. They stuck to the original palette, and considering I didn't do it, they did a good job.
Wow.
No, I worked with a very guys like Oni and Soda. Like I worked with very talented lighting artists on this, and THQ is doing a really good job. Matter of fact, when when I brought this up, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I actually emailed THQ Nordic, emailed them and let them know I worked on the original one. And I'm making this about me. I'm so sorry. To see if they needed help, and I told them I would love to finish my career of working on this.
Right.
I'm waiting to hear back from them. So crossing fingers.
I hope they actually respond
I hope so,
politely too.
What's that?
Slightly.
I missed the last part of what Oni said. I'm sorry.
And I hope they respond politely.
Oh yeah, I hope so too. I would love to. I would love to work on the OG shots that I worked on. That would be kind of cool. Be like, oh, I remember what this light is. I remember that is. But I suggest. I don't think we have a video on this. Do we have the trailer? I don't. They didn't have a lot on the trailer. No. No, there wasn't. It was a bunch of teaser stuff. It was guys. It was like 15 seconds. It wasn't even worth putting in the show. But because they don't have a lot of zones done. This game is broken down into zones. It's a forced camera perspective, so you can't really go around.
Yeah.
But they might have changed it for this, because when we did the game, if you turned the camera a little bit like this, you were off the level. So it was almost full 3D. It was 2.5D. Like, it was literally just like a pipe going through. Like, what you saw was what you got. There was nothing extra about it. Because as we know with Nintendo products, that it is, I don't want to say it's a downgrade of stuff, but they don't have the production power as like an Xbox would. So we had a lot of limitations with our lighting and a lot of that stuff. And now with technology, they can actually get a little bit more detail in here. And I think it's going to be looking very beautiful. And I'm cheering them on. I'm hoping it looks really good. But also I feel old as fuck because they call this the classic game. I'm like, oh my God.
What how is this a fucking classic game? This isn't like Duck Hunt.
It came out in like what, 09, 10, 11. But I'm like, exactly, I feel exactly you do, Oni, but I felt like, wow, am I that old that I worked on a classic video game?
But again, how is it classic?
Right?
I mean,
it makes no sense, right?
We didn't even have the console. Like, we knew people who had the console, but we didn't own a Wii. I would almost say you could consider, let's say, maybe early PlayStation 2 games classic. I could almost say I might allow that.
Right.
But I just can't agree with that. I would say classic has to be pre-2000s. So I think Sega Genesis could arguably be considered classic. But even then, we're kind of pushing it because that's the mid-90s. I think more like the Nintendo 64, the Atari, hell, even the Commodore. Those are what I think. I think of like pre-95 kind of things. Like, if I grew up with it, I don't think it was really that classic, because by the time I was a child, things were kind of getting a little more, intense, okay?
Yeah.
Because you had some of the classic horror games coming out in the late 90s, which obviously I definitely should not have been allowed to play or watch, but I did see a few, and holy shit, they scarred me.
Yeah.
Watching a fighting game where your mother's avatar is fighting a character that your father usually plays, but it's controlled by the AI at this point. Kick your mother's fucking head off.
Wow.
Kind of fucking does it for you when you're 2 years old. You're like, holy shit, what the fuck?
That's funny.
That explains volumes about you and your sister now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're 2 years old. You barely understand what a fucking Pop-Tart is. All you know is your dad comes home at like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh, hey, Dad's home, cool. So you get to watch cartoons in the early morning. He sits down on the couch with a Pop-Tart each, and you're just chilling, okay? And then your mom is playing the Sega Genesis after you and your sister were playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, okay? Lots of bright colors, all that shit. We knew what Doom was, and we knew we didn't like it. But this game, Cosmic Carnage, holy fuck, we're like, wow, Mom's kicking ass. And next thing you know, her head gets kicked off, and we're like, "What the fuck just happened?" I remember distinctly having nightmares
this
after
is why
that.
we don't have
But,
nice things.
well,
Wow.
if you look up reviews of that game, did not sell well, did not do well. Do I still want the game for just the sake of the memories? Yeah, I would. But I'm not paying $30 fucking for that shit right now. Yeah, see, Epic Mickey came out in 2010 according to Tierga. How
Okay,
the fuck
it's
is that
10,
a classic game? That's
14
like
years old is classic.
that like no, I'm not saying it was a bad game. I'm not saying that what you did was irrelevant. Classic might be. I feel like people are throwing around the word without actually understanding what the fucking word means.
I agree with you.
Like, okay. 1963 Corvette. Classic.
Right.
Okay. And dare I say it, sexy, sleek, sounded absolutely phenomenal. Today's Corvette, not that. Especially not their Stingrays. Their Stingrays just like have a Stingray slapped on the side. What the fuck is even the difference anymore? Back then,
Yeah.
oh, you knew what a Stingray was.
Right.
That's
right.
classic because you have to go back a couple decades for that. You're barely going back a decade and a half for classic game. Like, I know technology accelerates real fucking fast and ages quickly. Okay, it doesn't age that fucking fast. Like, that's like saying my LG Leon is a classic phone. That was like 10 years ago, not even. Barely. Like, that's not classic. Classic would be the original Mario games. The original Final Fantasy.
Pitfall.
Pong, even Tetris, those types of games. Tyson's Punch Out, that Mike Tyson's Punch Out, that's a classic game. Epic Mickey is a bit too modern in my opinion to be considered classic. Good, sure. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Tierga. I think that's an apt description. I almost want to ask if maybe so I know a lot of people know about Greek and Roman history, but I mean there's also the Etruscans and oh my gosh, why am I forgetting their name? It's not the Macedonians.
You'll see me in the credits
Minoans.
here. I found the original thing as Oni's talking. I'm actually in the credits here, Soda. So if you
What?
can
Hang on, we gotta watch this. We gotta watch this. Shh.
I know Warren Spector. He's like the coolest dude ever. Paul Weaver's nice. He was okay. But you could talk as I think
Okay, I've got a question on style. It's not that I don't like this style. I think this is very sweet, but
That
I
guy's a
understand this
fucking
is not
asshole.
the style that the rest of the game is in. How do you think it would work if they decided to go with like a Cuphead Mugman, or even Bendy and the Ink Machine kind of style?
I don't know.
I also find it completely ironic that of all times Epic Mickey is getting a remaster. It's after Disney had to let Steamboat Willie go into the public domain.
Public domain, yeah.
After kicking and screaming for decades.
There wasn't a lot of people that worked on this. As you can see, the text is really big.
Well, not compared to nowadays, no.
Yeah, I don't even know who these people are.
I
There
remember
I am. Artist lighting.
There he is. Hooray.
Yeah, Brad Taylor was like we went to school together. This guy is fucking amazing. This girl got me in trouble. But Scott, he sat next to me and his work is fucking blew me away. So like 10 times better than me. But yeah, there I am right there in the credits, right there. So, yeah.
Claim to
just wanted-
fame.
See, I'm not lying. I actually worked on it.
I photoshopped that in.
Fuck you, dude. But yeah, yeah, the four lighters. Yeah, the 4 lighters. The whole game had 4 lighters.
Well, like
So-
back in the day. No, let me find a game that had that. I knew. Hang on. I got this. No, let's do this.
Sharon Death, you kind of miss it. I actually have it. I have a copy of it somewhere.
I remember back when they used to make games in physical copies, and
yeah,
you got
Tony
this.
Hawk's Underground
Hey,
is awesome.
Tony,
yeah.
And they got a booklet in there,
Booklet, yeah.
where they would have.
All the
Oh, hey, by the way, Tony Hawk,
instructions.
pretty cool.
Now he sells.
Yeah, they'd
Coke
have
and 10.
instructions, but they
Stuff
also.
for arthritis.
Oh yeah, they had their song list of
Oh,
and
nice.
credits of all the music they used.
That had a great playlist.
They did have a great playlist. They ATV Off-Road Fury 2 was where we heard Science by System of a Down for the first time. That probably explains a lot as well. But yeah, so and then it also has things like the official gear that they use, like brands, that is, helmets, clothing, and stuff, and that they would have in the booklet as well as the game the credits of everybody who worked on it.
Yep.
And I always loved that, even as a kid, because not
That's
because
so
I'd read
great.
every name, but just that you could
Well,
see who worked on it.
Listen,
The fact
only
that-
all my Xbox and Xbox 360 games that I just have laying around still in the 'cause she actually loves that stuff. Me, I hate it. Like, you take all this shit.
I'm
like-
a huge fan of physical copies, as we know. So
Yeah.
So I got like 200, 300 games just laying around.
and
I'm so-
Activision, back when Activision was actually good. Wait, Neversoft.
Never
I
saw
was
did it.
so
Yeah.
mad that, like, on Soda Six Pack, that a few weeks ago, that the games that were in the sleeve with the directions in the original box are worth money, because there's, like, if you told me that this game was
yeah.
gonna be worth, I would have laughed. There's no fucking way this is gonna be worth a lot of money in the future. There's no way.
Well, sometimes things get famous not because they're good, but because they're legendary. Case in point.
Like me. Oh wait.
No, you're actually good.
And a legend.
The Atari 3600 edition of E.T.
I loved ET.
E.T. Fun. I sound like Grogu from
ET and
American Dad.
was one of the, and what's it? Raiders of the Lost Ark was like,
I saw the porn E.T. the extra testicle.
oh my god, was it good?
Yeah. They
Of
had
course, you
bonus
watched
footage.
that one.
Bonus footage, you get
I
it?
mean, they have Edward penis hands.
They do.
Oh yeah,
And they still have Franken penis.
and they have
Lorraine Bobbitt's
anything you can
ex-husband.
think of spin-off wise for a movie. They made a porn out.
They totally do.
We'll have to do that with like funny porn names, but why is it
I'm Dusty Bottoms.
Dusty Bottom? ET
Well,
games
yeah.
were buried. Was it ET buried in landfill? I think it was. But I
Yeah,
liked the
ET
game, but
they were buried in landfill. Yes.
back then it was kind of like it was very, you had to have brains to finish the game, and most people didn't want to put that time in to finish ET back. Same way Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Because you couldn't pause the game, you had to start from scratch. There was
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
like-
that's true.
No,
and
Mom,
you-
I can't pause the game. It's an online game.
right.
I didn't pull that shit because my mom would have fucking destroyed me. And
That
then
was,
my dad for disrespecting her.
That was almost the trivia for today, which was the first game to have an actual save to it. So
I would have guessed it would have been Zelda, because Zelda actually had a battery in it.
correct. You are correct. I thought it was too easy.
Now you can't use it. Sorry.
No, I thought it was too. I don't want to get easy ones.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Pretty awesome.
I was in a TikTok live, and they're like, you know, I have a real problem with adults playing video games. I go,
Why?
you need to leave the fucking room right now. You need to go, because there's like I would tell you, there's 8 people in this live on this panel. At least 4 of us play video games and are adults. You need to leave. He was like, it's like people playing 12 hours. It's like, no, adults don't play video games for 12 hours because we work for a living. We come home, relax, play for a couple of hours, then go to bed. It's like your premise is flawed.
How do they think we afford the video games?
They don't. It's just a stream of consciousness. Sometimes only people speak without even thinking.
Well, yeah, because I mean that's them also
I do it too, but...
saying brainless things like,
anything I say, basically.
No, like, well, why do you drive an old vehicle? Because it's paid off and I like my old vehicle.
Right.
But wouldn't you want a newer vehicle? No. Why should I want a newer vehicle when they have things I don't fucking want? Like all the trackers, all the sensors. If I don't want that, and if I'm willing to sacrifice newness and newer parts for doing things myself and what I understand as reliability, then that's the choice I make.
Right.
Or, what's another freaking argument that I've heard that's really annoying? I'm pretty sure I've heard one. Cat, stop clawing at the door. Damn it.
While you're thinking of that, I have an announcement. Complete opposite what Oni was saying. I just bought a new car.
Yay.
And Oni, I said, I don't need you go, what do you need? I go, I don't need no fancy shit. I need the safety package and the convenience package. Like for beeping, like I don't want to go too far because the Jeeps have the spare tire in the back. I'm not used to it. I want that stuff in there. They're like, oh, look at the sky roof. I go, don't you want the sun to go up? I go, do you see my fucking skin, dude? I go, I hate the fucking sun. I said that out loud in front of the dealer and the manager. And my mom's like, look at him. Look at his legs. He's pale as fuck. He doesn't give a shit about the sky roof. It completely folds out. Long story short, I spent 55 grand on this thing cash. Boom. And
lagging
I
out
own it
money
outright, but it has all the, like, I just got an email. It's got an AT&T hotspot. What the fuck is a hotspot?
You don't
is
know
that
what
for
a
your cell
hotspot
phone
is?
or something?
It's internet. It's portable
Yeah.
internet.
Well, anyway, I got a Jeep. I'm gonna Gazoo. I'm picking it up to Sunday. I have to. I'm writing them the check tomorrow, and I also want to do a poll on what I'm gonna name it because talking to Oni and talking to Honey Badger, they tend to name their Jeeps or call them he or she or whatever, right? So I'm gonna kind of do that since I don't have like any logo on the top. So here are the 3 names I want on the side on the roof. And I don't know which one. I'm gonna either have it say Chieftain on it on the roof, Warthog, a Halo reference, not the airplane, or Kill Streak. Those are the 3 names I'm thinking to put on the roof. So I'm interested to know. I'm leaning towards Kill Streak. But because it's a white Jeep, and I know Oni wants it to be Warthog, probably, right? No, what are you thinking? Oh, she's got an evil thought. I can see it in her face.
Hi, Penguin.
Oh, hey, Penguin.
What's that?
Not bad.
That's the name of your Jeep, Penguin? Sweet.
I didn't know it was gonna be a white Jeep, but it makes it so much better.
What?
Bath salts.
What?
It would work, right?
Sweet.
Look, you can.
I don't think I can get away with
20 years
salt.
later.
He's a
No, we
drug
haven't
dealer.
fucking forgotten because kind
You're
of
just
fucking
hoping you
hard to
forgot.
let that go. Okay, as crazy as Ohio gets, and they do some crazy shit.
Casper. Camper. Kazoo says camper.
Florida man, wow, you went above and beyond. Okay, you.
The Aryan Brotherhood on it, why not?
I was actually gonna,
No.
I was gonna put on the windshield white privilege.
Oh
And that's what I was
god.
gonna name it. Moon Knight. If
a
it
good
was
one.
gray, it would have been Moonlight or Silver Lining. White Knight. Oh my god, that'd
No.
be hilarious. All right, Odie's just having like a brainstorm of a bunch of fucking things. I thought Kill Streak, Warthog, or just my name on the side. I think that was the
You
three.
do White Lightning.
White Lightning. I want it like gamer related, so because I'm actually putting the Lagging Out logo on the bag, on the spare tire cover,
You put my
On the
face on
back.
the wheel cover.
and then Soda's gonna help me with the design on the back. It's gonna have like Lagging Out and all our stuff in there, and like a QR code, so I could write it off as a work expense. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, Jeepers Creepers. NASA?
Well, you could put Jeep Girl on there like all the
Oh.
girls do.
What can I do?
Put Jeep Girl on there.
Oh my god.
Or Jeep.
Oh no, go full Southern. Put Salt Life on it.
Oh, I'm already gonna do that.
Fucking.
No, just
cringe.
kidding. I was gonna actually put Assault Life and put a gun on there. It says Assault Life.
I've seen it.
That's pretty cool, right? I always thought that was pretty cool.
We've got a few around here, Magma. That's why I said I see all the time. They had Jeep Girl on it. So.
Yep. I'm also I talked to your sister about I'm doing the LED ground effects and also in the tire wells as well. And I'm doing the angry she calls it the Angry Birds, like the mean eyes on the front of it. So I'm doing it's gonna cost about $2,000 in customizations. So
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of a great historical one.
what's that?
KKK.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh, just the 311.
It's white? What the fuck?
Here's the thing though. Because a wet willy
Fucking hate
is
you, Soda.
when you like
Wet
stick
Willie.
your finger in your mouth and stick it in someone's ear. But the thing is, it's pronounced historically Willis,
Right.
which were the Jeep predecessors to the Jeeps today.
They tried to sell me that today.
Well, I mean,
Willis.
yeah, of course they're gonna try to sell that to you. It's what they're
They're
supposed
like,
to.
you want this? I'm like, no, I fucking hate the Willis. Go. Go
Back
ahead.
then, though, that was the Jeep. That's what we consider, the Jeep Wrangler of today.
Right.
Well, back then. And they pronounced it Willis. And I was just like, gosh, that's like
What you
the
talking
most
about,
appropriate thing I can say without being absolutely disgusting and disgusted. So I'm so oh, I know what you can name it.
We can do that.
I'm sorry, Odie, I had to read that.
Great Kazoo, here's the thing. No. Let me explain how
A
I
dick's
would do
already
it.
driving it.
I would paint it in UV reactive paint
Oh wow.
Ooh, that would be good.
or glow in the dark so that you can't tell under
Make it look
certain
like Tron and
conditions
shit.
until something like glints it. Or if it's, I don't know if it's legal though. So this would be a cool to dream about. Doubt it'll happen. Also because it's probably fucking expensive. There are certain wraps for police
Yeah.
vehicles where
Changes color,
at a certain
angle.
with the way the light hits it, it disguises any of the logos that they got on their vehicle until you're like right beside it or they're right up on you, which is a
Yeah.
nice way of saying sneak 100. If you did that and it's just wieners.
Just
It's
weird.
the cockmobile.
Cock.
It's like because Chieftain is cocky. I was thinking when you roll up the driver's side, I would have Master Chief driving. Be funny.
Or
Camp
Batman.
life. I'm Batman.
Right.
Yeah. I'm Fat Man. But
When
yeah.
I get all of it up, that Spider-Man sucked where you can't see.
Oh, I'm keeping the Spider-Man wrap on the one I'm selling you. I'm selling Soda, my older car.
Fuck.
It has a Spider-Man wheel wrap on it. I'm leaving it on there for you.
You dick.
And also a New York Yankee license plate in the front. I'm leaving that on there for you.
You're trying to sell your Jeep Patriot?
Yeah. Soda's buying it off of
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so that is not a joke. Okay.
No, that's not a joke. No,
no, it's
I'm buying
real.
it for a company vehicle.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm asking this. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be funny.
No.
The Jeep Patriot was a snug fit coming from a short person. Given that both of you are tall, how comfortable are you driving it?
I'm very comfortable driving, and I have a
Okay.
lot of space
Okay.
in the driver's side.
Eric's 6'3", so that's my
There's
brother.
plenty of
But
headspace, so
it's not going to be
valuable.
driven a lot. It's just kind of a second vehicle. So
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
I
like.
just I know that at some point, I don't know when it happened, Jeep went from so much space to
It,
great.
it's bad enough only that I have to say I own a Jeep. So
Well, everyone at Lagging Out, it's required for everyone to have a Jeep. So
I'm going to take the J off and make it an Eep. It's going to be an Eep, not a Jeep.
Badger's got a thing. I think it's a keychain thing, and the J fell off, and it's just an E.
That's what I'm
Oh
gonna
my
do.
gosh! Someone should do it like that everyone calls him Meep from the
Muppets?
yeah, but he's not actually named Meep, but everyone calls him Meep.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't
Well,
even
you
know
don't
if
know.
anyone.
He makes just like one noise. It's like me.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Oh, me. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, Terran Death. You're required to have one, so turn in your battery-operated bicycle and go buy a Jeep.
Wow.
battery up. What the
Yeah, the battery bikes, the battery engines.
e-bike?
E-bike. Thank you. Couldn't think of the name. Thank you. E-bike. Yeah, don't get a Jeep. They're too fucking expensive now. I just needed it. I needed a new Jeep, and I almost cried. My mom gave me a hug. She's like, "I'm so proud of you." She's like you. I know you work so hard for this, and like I know you work so hard to get it, and I'm so happy that you got it. She's like, "I'm proud of you." I'm like, "Thank you."
It's like now you have a place to live.
Exactly. I could just put down the two things, and I have put an air mattress in the back, and then do the show.
You get the TV monitors in the back seat.
There we go. And I have the Wi-Fi. I have the hotspot, so I can
Speakers,
do the show. It's a 3-month hotspot for me.
Well, if you ever chase tornadoes, then you always have a signal to live stream.
Right? Yeah. Well, you're not chasing a tornado in a Jeep. That's not happening. It's a tipping hazard.
Oh God.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Yeah,
apparently I just saw on Facebook that my town that I grew up in had a tornado and tore up.
Oh shit!
now it's no longer a town.
I'm okay. Yeah, it missed us, but about 30 minutes south of us had a tore up the pool hall, like all the pool tables have flipped over.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeeps have had notorious certain quirks about them, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because I consider a flaw to be an issue that shouldn't be there, and I consider a quirk to be kind of the look. You take what you get. You're going to wind up with a few things that aren't necessarily issues. They don't affect the standard operating practices of this tool unless you're doing non-standard things that make you go, why the fuck are you doing that? Jeeps, regardless of model, to my knowledge, kind of have a rollover hazard because they're really light on top and heavy on the bottom. And especially the Wranglers, which is why you usually, some of those who went off-roading got roll cages because it's just air. It's just basically like half a tin can, a soft top, and some wheels slapped on there for good measure. That's like about it. But Jeeps have never really been known for speed, and especially speed quickly. I tend to not get my Jeep higher than 3,000 RPMs, like ever. It's usually around like 2,500 RPMs. Because if you keep gunning it all the fucking time, you're gonna kill the engine. You're just gonna wear shit out.
Yeah.
And if you look at my vehicle, which has corners and edges, and you look at it,
I'm gonna go pick up Penguin this weekend.
and then you go, why aren't you driving like super fast yet? It's like we're going uphill. I just got off the entrance ramp on the freeway. It's not gonna go fast quickly. The wrong vehicle, dumbass. And then you got other people weaving in and out of traffic, missing
It's not a
fenders and
Hellcat
bumpers.
jailbreak. Sorry.
No, you're good. So, but
Huh?
yeah, that's not an issue with Jeep in terms of a problem.
You're not doing it for speed.
No. And if you're
You're
buying a
buying it
Jeep
'cause
for
it's a
fuel
fucking
efficiency,
Jeep.
probably not buying a Jeep.
Yeah.
So it's just that's not a bad thing. That's like being upset at Rolls-Royce for being a luxury vehicle. It's like,
Right.
bitch, most of their money comes from the private contract with the government where they put in engines of planes. They don't fucking
Phantom 2. 13-liter. Yeah, and even like the color.
Let me just say though, old school
Indiana
Rolls-Royce.
Jones, no.
No.
But old
No one
school
got it?
Rolls-Royce.
Okay.
That was a nice car. Now I will say, fantasy cars though. Sorry.
What?
No, I'm taking too long. Sorry.
No, go ahead and finish your thought, and then we'll start on the 78-hour level. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Rolls-Royce used in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the
Yeah.
movie. Nemo's fantasy car that rolls up with 3 sets of tires.
Yeah.
That was a good
The
fancy
big
car.
one, yeah.
I'd drive that bitch. That's the boat I wouldn't mind driving.
You've never seen the one in the Indiana Jones film, Last Crusade? That's the
I
Phantom 2
think I've only
Rolls-Royce?
seen that one once, so I wouldn't remember it too much.
I would suggest you like Google it and take a look at it. It looks pretty fucking cool. It's grayed out, except for the Nazi logos that are on the side.
Well,
It's
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
good.
that kind of ruins everything.
It's a pretty cool looking car. I mean, if you're thinking of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is like a raked out fucking Rolls Royce that I don't think exists, but I think it was just made for the movie. But that one is like a Phantom. I think they're up to Phantom 6 now, but that was in the 40s. It was a Phantom 2. I broke down in a Rolls Royce one time and had to get a farmer to fix it for us. I was a kid.
What?
A friend of the family owned it. That's cool. 82. Back in 1982, I was riding around in a Rolls Royce, and my farmer friend fixed it. He's a friend of the family.
Yep.
But yeah, this is crazy. The 78-hour level that someone created for Mario Brothers. What's the name of the game? Super
Mario Maker.
Yeah,
Mario Maker. Thank you. Yeah.
Now, is it
I
78
just recently beat
hours
the hardest level
by design?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought that you had to look at this. Is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even keep up because there's no motion blur. Oh my god.
They put an arrow there so you can see. Kind of. You'd have to memorize everything on here.
Oh yeah. I always thought that when you created Mario Maker, you had to actually not only make the level, but you actually had to complete the level to show it was feasible to actually get through it. And then Hero said in the meeting that's not it, and I'm pretty sure it is. But
that's nuts.
I don't know how you would. I wouldn't be able. I would fucking rage. I'd be like rage quit, man. I'd be like, fuck this. This is impossible. Wow. Are you kidding me?
Well,
how do you figure that out?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm too fucking stupid for that. There's no way I could figure that out.
According to Kaizo Mario Maker Wiki, so
yeah.
And also the r/Mario Maker from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
In Super Mario Maker, players are required to beat a level from the beginning and from each checkpoint in order to prove that a level is possible before uploading.
Oh, yes, you're
See, I
right.
knew it. Because I remember reading it somewhere a while back, so I was right. Yeah. So
Now, does it surprise me that people would make levels like this? Nope. Because have you not seen Battletoads, Contra, literally any painful game, but also what are they called? Danmaku. So bullet hell games where your margin of error is a literal pixel wide. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all.
wow.
Crazy.
So yeah, if you're a serious masochist and you want to suffer, play this game. Happy Mario Day.
Yeah, exactly. Happy Mario Day to everybody, by the way.
Which was 5 days ago.
Must be Billy Mitchell playing it. Lol.
Oh my god.
He's like become a meme on our channel now.
What's the what's it's probably one I can't remember the game. I remember it's a really hard game. Dark Souls, that's it. This is like the Dark Souls for Nintendo people.
It's literally any FromSoft game at this point. Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm finding all this dumb shit in Elden Ring. Let's go.
So in the chat, would you even attempt this level? Like, would you try this level? Press 1 if you try it and said 2 for fuck no. There's no way I'm doing this, Chieftain. You would try it?
Yeah, I would. Didn't say I'd be good at it.
Exactly.
I was 20 years younger, maybe.
Magma says no, you say yes.
No,
well, I think he'd watch you and see you get mad. And
oh no, he absolutely fucking would. He would get all our friends, and he'd be like, "Okay, you're gonna sit right here. Here's the controller. Here's all this stuff. Okay, we're gonna watch. We've got food and things. You've got drinks. Some of them will probably start drinking, and it's like, okay, go. Well, what about me? Do I get snacks? You can get snacks later. And in which case, then it's on because I will get snacks. And
it's on.
And then I would require compensation probably in the form of more food or like a new video game or a book or something.
What about root beer? Like your favorite root beer?
Yeah, that would be considered compensation as well.
Okay. And what's your favorite root beer for everyone in the chat if they don't know?
IBC.
IBC root beer, guys. The one in the glass bottle. Does it taste better in a glass bottle, of course?
No, it's because it only comes in a glass bottle.
But I think any type of soda that's in a glass bottle tastes better to me. I don't know.
Well,
why.
yes, because glass doesn't carry flavors like metals or plastics do.
Right. And remember, the cans are coated in the plastic inside. So.
Do we have a P.O. box? Penguin is asking. I do not.
Not yet. We don't have a P.O. box yet. But if you want to like see the price of IBC and want to donate it, I can actually do it through Amazon and just send it straight to her. We don't have a P.O. box because we're in 4 different states. So, well, 3 different states. So everything that would be sent directly to me, and then it's not really worth it. Then I gotta mail it out. But what's Tits or Us? What is that? Poll is up. Thank you. Play the level. Yes, no, Chief, take a shot per death. I don't have the shots today. I had a very stressful day, and then oh god.
No, you would say it every time you died, you had to take a shot.
Oh my god, I died from alcohol poisoning. There's no way. Message me offline, Rogue Penguin. I need to know specifically what it is, and if Odie gives me permission, I'll give the address to you. But if not, you can send it to me and I'll mail it to her. Shirts. You want to send us shirts? You don't have to send us shirts, but that's nice. Yeah. We'll talk offline. because I know you. I have your number and everything. So, you could just send it to
He
me.
just pumps our us. What the fuck?
Penis pumps.
How
are
did
us
you
That
know
is
I was
not the time to
buying?
be messaging after that one. Dear goodness gracious, timing. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god.
You must be hacking my computer. I
I
got
know,
one.
right? We already Soda and I already own those, so we're good.
I haven't bought mine yet. It's still
Oh, okay.
the window
mine's
is still
doctor
up on
prescribed.
one of my 80 windows. So.
that and Viagra, we're all set. Thank you, Great Kazoo. Oh my god.
Wow.
What the fuck, Odie?
It's only on my OnlyFans.
The joke is that we use. Oh my god, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Wow.
Good lord.
You can see me. I'm shaking my head.
Yeah. So happy Mario Day. Yay! It's a me, an Italian, a stereotype of fat Italian with a mustache. A fuck are you?
Couple days
Saving the
late,
blonde-haired,
but
blue-eyed princess in Japan.
Right. I have no brother. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Racist Mario on YouTube and enjoy.
Back when the internet was allowed to be funny.
I
exactly.
posted that and we still get shares on that. It's at like crazy, like 13,000 shares or something like that. I have no brother. The fuck are you? Rest in peace, Akira
Toriyama.
Sensei. Yes.
Yeah.
He passed away, and there was like a lot of people, like a lot of negative Nancys out there, Oni, like as he died. Like they were doing like there was some mean shit. I didn't even want to read it. So like there was like a lot of haters.
Why? I don't know.
I have no idea why.
That's news to me because he was a bit of a recluse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like worse than Soda.
You know, can't please everybody. And
yeah. Good
you
legend,
know,
though.
They just wanted their 5 minutes of fame, making fun of a poor dead guy. They probably have no clue who even is.
You know how trolls are.
So they were making fun of him.
I think it was mostly on Twitter.
It was on Twitter, right?
Yeah, Twitter.
Fucking course it was. Oh my fucking goodness
the most
gracious.
toxic fucking place other than Facebook.
Look, Akira Toriyama, next to Rumiko Takahashi, probably put manga on the map.
Yes.
In the worlds of most of our generation today. These people who keep going on about Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan and all these isekai anime that I really want to just fucking die at this point. And all their hentai and shit and all their little waifu pillows. They would never have had that shit, at least in the West, if it weren't for Rumiko Takahashi, who is still alive. Please keep her alive. And Akira Toriyama, who made so many different manga that, like, it blows my mind, okay? Sandland is only just now getting a video game, which I think comes out later this year. That one's actually an older manga. That one was done years ago. Obviously, Dragon Ball and all of its iterations. Now, originally, fun fact, everybody knows this, but I gotta say it. Dragon Ball Z was not called Dragon Ball Z. It was just Dragon Ball. They just had to keep going. They changed the name when it was translated into English for fucking reasons. But yeah, Tear and Death, you're right. No, I love hearing that shit. Basically, any corner where there were fans of Dragon Ball, Blue Dragon, if anyone remembers that one. Dragon Quest, Sandland,
balls in your face.
A bajillion other things. They're doing tributes to him everywhere. I mean, there are manga artists, there are comic artists, cosplayers, just random people, everyday people who are gathering in major cities, dressed up in character or just wearing t-shirts and merch, doing the spirit bomb which was a legendary attack in Dragon Ball, just in support of his family and the legacy that he left, because he inspired a lot of the artists that we read about today. They read about Dragon Ball. They read about Sandland, or played Dragon Quest. He helped inspire a huge audience. And yeah, you could say, well, they're all just big buff guys yelling for 5 minutes and, see next time on this episode of Dragon Ball Z and shit. But it's still the idea of, what's the next challenge and, the value of character, shit like that. And yeah, it was kind of cheesy in a way, but that's what we held on to. That's what really sold it. And the voice actress of Goku.
The great anime hair.
Yeah. Voice actress of Goku was doing a tribute. It came out, apparently one of his team members had said that apparently he had been battling a brain tumor. So
not a Kuma.
Him going through what he did does make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, he leaves behind a wife and a son.
How old was he?
He was, I think, 60.
In his 60s, yeah.
In his 60s or 70s,
65.
right?
I think he was 65. Mangaka that I've seen don't tend to live very long outside the 60s. I mean, even the legend of Osamu Tezuka didn't die, much beyond his 60s either. He also had stomach cancer.
But that's horrible, I hear.
And that was decades ago. But
my grandfather had colon cancer.
Osamu Tezuka definitely paved the way in terms of manga and anime in Japan. Akira Toriyama, Umeko Takahashi, Go Nagai, and many, many others helped bring it to a more modern audience with more styles and different genres. So it's interesting to see kind of how the family tree of manga goes. But especially with him making a return to Dragon Ball, with so many other projects coming out, hearing of Toriyama passing away was definitely not an expected turn we were hoping for. And it is wholesome though to see so many people coming together and remembering good times, because I mean, the creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, came out and said some very warm, loving words about looking up to Akira Toriyama. The creator of One Piece.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure several others were basically like, wow, we're gonna miss you. You inspired us and you make us strive to be better. So yeah. That's it. Hurts, but at the same time, kind of like in any of his manga, it's up to us now to carry that legacy. So but he and his family requested a very private ceremony. That's why it happened earlier in the month, and they didn't announce his passing until the ceremonies were already concluded. And I think they did the very wise choice, especially with today's stupid people. They deserve to grieve in peace.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the way. I think that's the way the culture is anyway. It's very traditional, very not over the top. I can't think of the word now. It's escaping me, but it's the way. Always be humble. It's kind of like a humble kind of remembrance of a legend, and the family wanted to keep it private. But if they wanted to do something public, I'm sure leaving flowers at the grave or something, or some sort of a tribute somewhere, kind of like what they did with Diana when she passed. Like flowers or something to show sentiment.
Yeah.
As his contribution to something that's shared by millions of people all over the world, so it touched you. You're here in the States, so I'm sure it's a global thing. Everybody knows Dragon Ball, Like every first world country would know it. So anyone that would have a TV, you know, or running water. So, but yeah, that's the way I feel about it. So,
Oh, sorry. Wow.
wow.
Well, as you guys know, I just started getting into anime. I haven't got to Dragon Ball yet, so we still got 500 freaking episodes of One Piece to watch. But
Wow.
I had to get Crunchyroll just to watch the other 500.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I know a lot of people always, grew up with Dragon Ball. So yeah, I don't understand why dipshits have to mess with dead people. Like, why? Just let them
I
rest,
know.
So I did see a funny video where a guy did dog the hell out of somebody who left a bad message or was doing bad shit on Twitter with this guy. And he got him good, so. But
Yeah. Some people just shouldn't have opinions. And that's the unfortunate circumstance of media. Everyone thinks their opinion means anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you understand it doesn't, like, your opinion means nothing, essentially. It's like, you're just another one that likes to whine and bitch. Shut up. You don't have your own show and cool graphics like us, so your opinion doesn't matter.
Right.
Especially if you're, and this goes towards the negative Nancys, not the people that are trying to be positive and give people encouragement. It's the people that are saying, you fucking suck, I'm going to cancel you. Those are the people. Or, I don't like this, I can say whatever I want because you don't know who I am because my name is username 8784B67. You know who you are on TikTok, you fuck. Anyway, calling me ugly. I own a fucking camera. I own a mirror. I know what I look like.
Right.
But I got a face made for radio, but I'm a lot smarter than you. Not smarter than Oni or Soda, but I am smarter than that guy that can't even come up with an original name, user 8674309.
I still remember the one who said, you look like someone who didn't know what a human was supposed to look like. That one was actually creative. Like,
that was funny. That was funny.
See that if you're gonna insult somebody, could you at least make it creative?
Creative,
exactly.
Yeah. Put a little pizzazz, a little razzle dazzle in there. Come on, don't be weak sauce, because that's just embarrassing for everybody. And just hashtag cringe.
I forgot that till you brought it up. Thanks a lot, Oni. He said your face looks like somebody was learning anatomy and didn't know the basics or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. The one that thought all of us looked like we were a part of Scooby-Doo. And then I fucking wrecked him in the live, and then Tyrandad said, like, you did such a great job wrecking that guy and going right back to the topic without even missing a beat. He said it like this, that was amazing. By the way, Tyrandad, are you streaming tonight right after us on Laggin Out? While we're waiting for that delay here. Dang, they couldn't even get the number right. It's 8675309. Yes, I know. For a good time call. But Badger looks far more Japanese.
I'm responding to Great Gazoo.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You both look the same amount of Japanese.
Wait, Badger Japanese?
I didn't know she was. I thought she was turning Japanese. I didn't think she was Japanese. Sorry, anyone know that song? No? Okay. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
White stuff. No? Yes, of course.
It's an 80s song.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
It's classic.
This is why metal came and killed the 80s.
The 80s is so good. I like 80s
also,
and metal.
Can I just bitch about something that I remember from earlier this week?
We can make it an Oni's Yomi if you want to bitch about something.
No, sorry.
Go for it.
And we're not bringing it back, so.
Well, go ahead, bitch about it. Get it out.
No,
get out the toxins.
It's stupid.
You think so?
It is very stupid.
Yeah. You understand this is Lagging Out Live where we say stupid shit all the time, right?
Agreed.
That's what makes the great clips. I gotta get a new router. What's he's like? My net is still having issues, barely able. I gotta do a card, but yeah, his router is sucking big time. I understand. I can go through that, but make sure you check out Tyrandeth probably next week or the week after, where he'll be doing Cult of the Lamb or Cult of Lagatha, which is our official mascot. If you don't know that, Lagatha is our mascot. She's on some of our stuff. Badger, Oni's sister, actually created her and did a fucking awesome job. We got like the most creative Wonder Twins in gaming entertainment. They share the badassery in different superpowers. But yes, so here is something that is very mysterious to us, that the lead was fired from X-Men 97. Now, I'm not sure if they've... Oh, awesome. Rogue Penguin just sent Tyrant Death a follow. Thank you, Rogue Penguin. We appreciate you. Rogue Penguin is just wrecking it on socials, by the way. If you want to check her out, she's fucking funny as shit. Her clips are great. They're almost as funny as mine.
Almost.
Almost. No, she's good. We got to do another Call of Duty collab. That was a lot of fun. She was fucking... You believe she was fucking scared to stream with me? She's like, I'm so scared. She's like, I'm so scared to stream with Chief. Da, 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 da. I'm like, why? Like, your KD is better than mine.
Well, yeah, it definitely wasn't because you were better than her.
That's definitely the case.
I mean, that's two women who kicked your ass in Call of Duty. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, like, but look who you're talking about. You're talking about Beeman Bandit and Penguin.
Right.
Of course, they're going to be better than me.
That's what makes it so good.
Yeah. I'm more of a comedic.
It's like, hey, Chief, why does Bandit have 90 kills and you have 3?
Because I hate shipment. Because I fucking hate that level so much. Yeah. That Penguin's great. We love Penguin.
I watch most of your YouTube when I can.
Yeah. I try to watch, but as a content creator, it's hard to watch other people's content. It's a challenge. But yeah, like there is like Oni, like we were trying to look up what was going on here, right? The lead was fired and nobody knows the fuck why.
Right.
Not
And,
officially, at least.
It's not official?
No, like we don't know officially why he was fired.
Oh, yes.
But there's chatter.
Yeah.
There's
what's the chatter? What's the chatter that you heard?
This is going to... You remember that moment where I was talking about Disney's hypocrisy regarding adult content, and yet they want to...
Yeah, I remember that.
Allegedly, the lead writer started an OnlyFans.
Oh, wow.
Now, you may go, but why the fuck does that matter?
Right.
Given that Disney has... because they have control over Marvel, because they have control over Star Wars, because they have control over so many others. They fired Gina Carano because of her political views.
Yeah.
Right.
Social media posts.
Yeah.
They had a revitalization of a show from like 10 years ago. I think it was iCarly or something. And one of the characters, which is to say one of the actors, was not invited back because they had done work in the adult film industry. So them finding out that he opened an OnlyFans, which honestly doesn't really tell me much, because there are some people who do very mundane things on OnlyFans, okay?
Right. It could have been anything.
Some people do it as an alternative to Patreon, to a lot
There's
of
a lot of educational people on.
Yeah, there are a lot of other things on OnlyFans, but because it's connected to OnlyFans and they must do porn, I have no idea if he did porn. I don't fucking care. It's not my fucking business. I'm not looking for that. Also interesting because he's a gay black man. And they fired him. And allegedly he has an OnlyFans, which may be why he was fired, if anything. I mean, to the point where his Instagram account has been deactivated. All of his other social medias, whatever they might be, are like silent, dead fucking silent.
Wow.
So the thing is that we were talking earlier before the show about this, and the argument was made of why would they not release the official reason why someone was fired? whenever I hear that someone's trying to hide details, that means they believe something so serious happened that they can't just openly say, oh, so and so was fired. It's holy shit, we have a serious situation. We have a lot of fires to put out before we can even say anything publicly, because there are a lot of people involved in this, or there's some serious allegations.
Right.
Is OnlyFans, in my opinion, a major offense? No.
No.
But this is also Disney, who will talk all this good shit and then not have any gay characters on screen for whatever reason, because sensibilities or whatever. It's like, but you'll talk about it, but you'll support them like on the side, but you won't put them on the screen. Okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. Talk about diversity, inclusivity, and all that stuff, and then they'll be the first ones fired. Okay, yeah. And I'm not saying this as a for or against. I'm saying it as interesting how you talk the talk, but you won't walk the walk. That's what I'm pointing out. You can believe whatever you want. I want you to believe what you believe in. But if you're not willing to stand up for it, that is an issue. Especially when you're throwing other people under the bus for what you believe in. That tends to have really bad consequences. So the thing is that they already started working, if not finishing up season 2's like pre-work, so writing and stuff for X-Men 97. So although the first season should be coming out very, very soon, the second season was underway when he was fired. I think they were even starting talks about this third season. He was also involved in a couple of other projects that he is now not anywhere close to. Like, Disney has removed him from the company, kind of thing. So
I know you.
What the fuck?
I don't know what this means for the show. I hope that whatever happened, it is not something of a legal proceeding, because
Good Lord.
that would be very unfortunate. I hope no one was hurt. More than, someone losing their job, which is already devastating in this economy. If it was for something like having an OnlyFans, I would understand why they did it if that was something that they flat out say in their contract. But if you don't have it in your fucking contract, or you don't have it in your employee handbook, then you don't have a fucking case.
It depends on what state he lives in. If it's a right to work state, they can indiscriminately fire him. But if he's in union, then he's got a case.
And that's the thing. He's a writer. He is a writer.
So he would be in the Writers Guild in California, I would assume.
That's the thing. I don't know, but given that it's Disney,
so, but
what state would Disney say that they're a part of? I don't fucking know. So
yeah, probably Florida because of the tax breaks, because there's no state income tax here. So, but yeah, that's a good question. Like he might have a case to sue.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, he worked on a lot of other projects before as well, and some of them seemed to have been well received. So kind of very odd, kind of annoying that, anytime a big wig is removed, they keep it hush hush. Like, I mean, like, there were so much news and just in general of so and so is fired, so and so is fired, so and so was found dead, so and so was fired, so and so was fired, and then it's like they don't say shit about why, unless it's for some general statement like they lost some official bullshit. We lost confidence in their ability to lead the team. Yeah, no fucking shit. What a fucking milquetoast response. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. I know when you work for these companies, Oni, and you have to sign an NDA, and there might be a morality clause in there, as far as you can't conduct any type of things outside if you're terminated. If he did sign something like that, I don't know if he has a case, but Disney, when you sign a contract with Disney, you don't just sign a contract with Disney. Like, you sign papers like this much, you need a fucking lawyer, take it from someone who knows. Like, but that's like there's packets like that, like you're just signing stuff. So he might have a case, he might not. I don't know the logistics. If it's like, God forbid, some allegedly SA, or if it's just OF, I don't know if he has a case or not. So like, we're just speculating at this point. But go ahead. Yeah.
No, yeah, and this was literally a comments section that I saw in an article. That's the only reason why I even heard about this. So, is it annoying? Yeah,
It's annoying.
because again, someone else is fired from a company and we don't know why.
And his life
Yeah.
could be ruined.
Yeah, his life
Exactly.
could be wrong. He's 41. Like,
Right.
you know,
Relatively young.
he's still got bills to pay. Now,
Yep.
thing is that I'm sure his paycheck wasn't bad. But the thing
Probably
is
not.
that still needs to find work, you know, and given how long he's been writing, clearly seems he's at least good enough to keep getting work and seems to enjoy it enough to keep finding work. So, and I mean,
Oh, you have to be
speaking
good.
of
That's my problem.
speaking of people with ruined reputations, there's a guy I follow, at least on Instagram, called Angry Reactions. And no, apparently he had to shut down his TikTok. I think his Instagram is still around because he was taken to court over alleged domestic violence cases that were dismissed by the judge. They said not guilty,
Is his
case
name Trump?
dismissed. And the thing is that, I mean, apparently I didn't know any of this shit happened until after, like, as it was happening and then went down. But I mean, it ruined his reputation. And the thing is that even an allegation like that is super fucking serious. Some of these people do not understand that this can ruin them forever. And if it doesn't ruin them financially, it'll ruin them mentally and emotionally. So I don't like sticking my nose where it doesn't belong. I don't like making assumptions with so little information, especially with things as severe as what, you know, we've seen in the news before regarding Hollywood. So I just hope that it's something we can all bitch about later. And I hope the show's good,
Give us
okay?
some fucking money.
Because some people are complaining about certain things, some people are praising certain things. All I can think of is, please just tell a good story. Please just tell a good story.
And put Nightcrawler in there more.
Hey, look, I doubt they'll put Nightcrawler.
More Nightcrawler. Soda.
I don't know much about this, so I think.
How dare you not do your homework, you bastard? I'm just kidding.
I mean, how am I supposed to do homework on something that we don't
I'm
even
fucking
know?
with you, I know. I'm just fucking.
That's why I hopefully, like Oni said, when we find out, we'll definitely we'll let everybody know. So
Mohawk Storm. Yep. Oh, there's. Yep. Oni's been preaching this forever. She wants the Storm Mohawk. Hashtag Storm Mohawk. Bring it back.
If none of you have seen Mohawk Storm,
It's awesome.
she looked awesome. She can pull off the punk look just exquisitely.
She's
It was
fucking hot no matter
fantastic.
what she does. I don't care.
It's like
Nice rack.
It's kind of like a Nightcrawler with his classic pompadour, where so essentially he would style his hair so he'd have, you know, kind of have his hair kind of nice and neat everywhere else, but kind of gather it up in the front. Trying to do a really piss poor version, but you know, like this, but like nicer. I guess like a Starion, I guess, in a way. Kind of just have a little bit volume in the front and then more kind of
Party in the back.
Nice and neat in the back. It was a good look. It was clean, it was charming, it showed off his facial features. It looked good, and it was appealing on the page. Although of course everyone goes, really, he looks good with any haircut, let's be honest.
He kind of does.
He really can pull off damn near. I think he could pull off a mohawk too, but obviously Storm will take the crown on that just because she started it and she's got white hair. It's pretty fucking baller. But yeah, Nightcrawler's had great hairstyles. I do think his pompadour is definitely classic, but his kind of, you know, flyaway curls was obviously a pretty classic one too. I just hate the sort of Oh, what's that cursed redneck hairstyle that I tried to not
mullet?
think about?
Mullet.
Yeah, they
Mullet?
when the mullet was super popular, like everybody had to put
Oh,
one
it's
on.
coming back.
I
is.
hope it stays dead.
No, it's coming back.
No,
A $1,000 donation will have Oni do the mullet.
bitch, no. I would rather go lick a battery.
you got the traditional mohawk now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know what else kind of mohawk you can make.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kazoo, you were right.
No, the fuck they aren't. What the fuck?
What
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Maya was telling me in the 80s, we were talking about hair and stuff last night and how my hair was like really long last week, that they would actually put, what would you say, soda? Egg whites?
I said semen.
I know you said semen, but
Just
egg
explain the technique. I might know what you're talking about.
whites.
Is it
you
egg
said
whites?
Egg
Yeah.
whites and then spike
Oh,
it
yeah.
up like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you hear about that? You know
Oh,
about that?
Oh yeah, that's a historical thing too. So
I
back
never even knew that.
there was okay, so back in the 1800s, in like the 1880s, I think it
Fuck
was.
you,
Don't quote me
Gazoo.
on this.
Hold on. Jeeps and mullets are not synonymous. Fuck you, Gazoo. All right, let's go.
There were there was a style called Gibson girls. Gibson girls were named after an artist named Gibson. And the thing is
like the guitar?
No. He introduced a style of fashion to him, which was art, but also fashion, where it was essentially the quintessential Edwardian young woman style. And they would style their hair with egg whites sometimes to try to get the volume and the shape that they wanted. And it makes sense because if you're looking to give volume or structure to a baked good, you use egg whites. You beat the egg whites and you make it essentially light and fluffy, and you can bake that. You can add it to something and it gives it some lift. There's plenty to do. So egg whites, especially if you don't have hair gel, it's all natural. It washes out with soap and water, and yeah, it fucking works. So yeah, that does not surprise me. It's still used today in certain circles.
How would you put your hair up like that if we were doing a convention, if you wanted to put your hair up like that for...
I would not be using egg whites because I have a fear of salmonella. Probably a mixture of, and I've never tried it before, so.
Would you do that? Like if we did with the convention, would you actually put your hair up like that for the whole day?
That depends. That depends.
That
If
might
I'm
be
not
painful,
doing a
right?
cosplay, if I'm not doing a cosplay, I would highly consider spiking it. But maybe if it was a cosplay, I'd consider doing it too. But that would also depend. But yeah, I consider doing that. But it'd probably take hair gel and hairspray.
Okay, Maya said use egg whites and then press your hair in a book. Egg whites and cornstarch for pomade, for the pomade effect.
That's the stuff you were talking about last week.
Yeah, last week, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I just don't want to ruin any of my books though. I mean, yeah, I know I could wrap them up
right? Like you'd have to get like a shitty book. Like don't do your D&D book, right?
I don't technically have any D&D books yet.
I was trying to explain to my mom, like I was editing the I was like, I go, what is this? She goes, it was a dragon. I go, that's not a dragon, it's this. She's like, there's a difference. I go, yeah, I didn't know either. Like I had like Oni explained it to me and I learned something today. It's like, is that the girl with the mohawk? I'm like, yeah, it's the girl with the mohawk.
She looks like she knows dumb shit that no one needs to fucking know about. Yeah, I know.
My dad's like, yeah, your show is boring to me. I'm like, yeah, you're 75. You're not going to get anything. You're going to like the sports show that Soda and I are going to do. That's more. He doesn't understand. It's not his thing, you know. Like if it's not the Yankees or the New York Giants, my dad's not interested. So he wants to piss me off. He gives me Yankee news on who's hurt, and it gets me fucking triggered. I actually told him the other day. I'm like. Do you know you're being verbally abusive And like,
Oh.
can you please fucking stop? And he's like, he looked at my mom. He's like, where'd that come from? And mom's like, really? You stop yelling at me. Like, I try to tell him a story. I'm 2 sentences in. So Oni, so if you were telling a story and you went 2 steps, like he'd tell you, "Are you done yet?" Like he's got no patience. It's just like ridiculous. He says I'm long-winded. I go, "Have you seen my show? Everyone else is more long-winded than me, except for Soda." He thinks I'm long-winded. Go ahead.
But he expects. How long does he
might
talk?
be listening now, so I don't want to go too deep.
I just, anytime someone says that, all I can think of is, so they don't like the shoe being on the other foot.
Of course.
He's a man of few words.
Well, if it also,
Hey, Mariner.
if you want people to stop talking sooner, if you let them finish their sentence, they'll get done sooner. And if you wonder, well, why are they being so mean to me? Have you tried not being an asshole back? I'm just saying, if you want a different reaction, you need to put out a different reaction sometimes. So
with older parents, it's like you just let it go.
I agreed with that one.
Yeah. So I
have to let it go with certain people that are around my
age
age because they don't fucking listen.
I try to listen. I do my best with the ADHD. It kind of like I have like a bad sense of interrupting people and listening all the way through. It's really bad. But moving on, y'all been saying this for years. Sweet Baby Inc. I can't remember the context of this fucking story now. I'm having a brain fart. What time is it? Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. It's getting to the point where my brain is going bok mode, as a hero would say. So,
okay, yeah. So this was tacked on,
right?
This was tacked on. So
yeah. I know a little bit of context. But...
yeah, Hero found apparently someone openly said that they are essentially happy in the name of DEI to destroy people's careers if they question DEI. I wish I were joking. I can't get over the sheer audacity of it. I hate to say it. That's been coming into my phrase so often lately. To say, if you don't agree with me, I will destroy you. I will make you a pariah to everybody, and you will not be able to find work.
Oh, I remember this now. We saw the video on the production meeting.
Now, they keep saying DEI as if that's the end-all be-all anti-bigotry protection, and that if you don't stand with DEI, you must be a bigot. And I disagree with that. Now, if you are a bigot,
a little bit my
personally,
right
I'd like you to let me know that you're a bigot so that I can just avoid you. You can still have your opinions. I might want to not be around you because you and I will probably disagree on some very fundamental things. And you know what? Sometimes it's just best we just go our separate ways. If we don't need to interact with each other, great. And hey, maybe you change your mind later. Maybe your eyes are opened and I'm not the person to do that. That's great. Someone who doesn't follow DEI does not mean that they're some racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, whatever phobic thing you think they are. It could just mean that they see that there's a serious set of issues that aren't being addressed on purpose and then being lied about. You're lying to people about the purpose that they serve, that they're a part of DEI as if that's going to protect them. But because they may not have the qualifications or the skills needed or knowledge or time in the company, they're going to be the first ones to let go. So you get to grandstand on, I gave them a job, while also hiding that they lost their job because they weren't as qualified as someone else. you're screwing them over, but you get to feel good and pat yourself on the back.
Yeah,
But
we
then to go
hired
farther and
people-
say you will ruin people's lives, kind of like Sweet Baby Inc.'s the speaker, I guess. I don't know if she runs the company or if she just speaks on their behalf, which might as well be their mouthpiece. I don't care who you are if you don't want to
Yes.
speak on this.
I think she's
She said-
CEO.
To
isn't she?
say
yeah, go ahead.
that
You're
I
gonna say
want
it.
you need to scare them.
Right.
That's like saying I want men to be afraid because I have to be afraid every day as a woman.
You're afraid.
No. I do not want people to feel the way I feel because we'd all be fucking miserable and probably lay down and die. Okay? I don't want people to feel the negative emotions that I feel because I want them to never have to do that. And what I feel is not even bad, okay? They should go live a happy life. They shouldn't feel whatever negativity I've got. Why would I want to keep spreading that? And if you have to control people using fear, how many times has that worked in history?
I think the technical term is she was being a cunt.
Very much so.
Yeah, she basically, you either go it my way or that's it, then you're a racist. It's very linear minded. Especially today's environment, and unfortunately it's I exclude Oni in this because she's more like we adopted her into the Gen Xers. But unfortunately there are people like this that are saying if you don't agree with us, you're wrong, and that's it, you must be punished for it. And these people need to go jump off a cliff, or I'll do like the Leonidas and say this is Sparta and kick them into a giant pit of despair, because it's so short-minded and ignorant on their part, because they're not open-minded enough to hear a difference of opinion to figure out, hey, resume 1 is Shaniqua and this person and John Smith. Oh, it looks like Shaniqua has more experience, so I'm hiring them. But Shaniqua is Irish. John Smith is black. Oh, we have to go to the black guy. No, why? I want the best person for the position. DEI is a new name for affirmative action. That's all it is. They just made it very fancy. They made like diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like we need diverse. No, you don't. You need the best person in that position. I want my fucking pilot that's flying me to Los Angeles to know how to fly. I don't want to know that this guy identifies as a woman and he checks a box and doesn't have the experience that another person does to fly me.
Right.
I want the most qualified person to fly that fucking plane. End
There
of
was also a
story.
study
Full
done.
stop. What's that?
There's
I
there's
was
a
done.
study done that men who checked off being non-binary got more jobs too.
Oh, that's what I
can't-
got to do. I'm
How are
doing
you
it.
Yeah,
supposed-
you're doing it wrong, dude.
How are you supposed to double check that these things are true? How do you double check
You
that? What?
can't.
And I don't even like listing my race or ethnicity on
I
these
don't like that
papers.
either.
I don't like listing my race, ethnicity,
You're
my
biracial,
gender.
so it's tough for
I-
you.
The only reason why I even disclose my veteran status is because I probably should, because the VA asks other questions like, well, do you have certain disability? No. Do you receive this from the VA? No. The VA doesn't even know I'm in the state of Wisconsin. Please shut up. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
So how do you even double check these things? You know, now you could say, well, how do you double check what someone's race is? Just
I'm part
saying,
of the human race.
Right? You
Looking
really
at-
can't. I mean,
looking at my
theoretically.
mom
Right.
and looking at my dad, and then
Right.
looking at my birth certificate, looking in the mirror, yeah, it kind of fucking makes sense.
Right.
but if you have to focus so hard on the diversity, equity, and inclusivity of this, you're gonna fuck it all up. You're gonna like X amount of people have to fit this category, even though we keep saying we don't want people to fit in those categories. But why? Why are you trying to do that? Yes, Smitty, I understand. Sorry, he's meowing behind the door. I don't know if you can hear him.
No.
So it bothers me because when you're focused so much on that, you're going to start trying to find it instead of letting it happen naturally. I don't care your race, color, creed, nationality. I don't care if we even like each other. As long as we can work together to make a good product, great. That's great.
I'm selling my white privilege card.
This shit done.
How much?
That's all we need to do. You know? Because again, they're gonna be the first ones fired.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be the ones to uphold DEI while also being the ones buried underneath it. That is so fucking scummy. And
it is, totally is. The most offensive thing is Soda totally agrees with DEI, and I'm completely offended by him.
Oh yeah, right. Because that just makes me learn another fucking thing that I don't want to learn. So.
Oh, and then also to say, I actually started seeing advertisements because of that. Resident Evil 5 is too racist for a remake, and I'm like,
See, that makes no sense to me.
Why does everything need to have a remake? 2, how is it racist? Then why was Resident Evil 4 not too racist for a remake?
What the fuck is it?
It bothers me because you know what? Yeah, sometimes some things are kind of distasteful enough where you go, yeah, I understand why we can't do that today. But it's a part of the storytelling of what makes us, how we got to here and now.
Right.
So trying to cram it all in a box just doesn't make sense to me. Because again, I want to be judged based on my merit. I want to be judged based on my character. Where if I'm found lacking, you can point out what it is I need to work on. I don't want it to be based on, well, this is what I think Oni is. This is what I think Oni gets. This is what I think or whatever or feel about Oni. And it's like,
I think I'm scared of Oni. That's all I know.
I
fear the Oni. Hashtag fear the Oni.
I just, they keep saying they don't want to cram people in boxes, but somehow they want to cram people in boxes because everyone has to be just as miserable as they are. And I don't like that. I want people to be able to improve their lots in life. In fact, when it comes to the hiring process, I really do think they should be put down as a number or an alphanumeric number or something. Candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3. You know, you don't get
candidate 69.
You don't get you don't get names.
77, you get 8 more.
You don't get any of that shit. It's this is what they're qualified to do. This is their past experience. Any, whatever's. And because we do understand that there are sometimes accommodations that need to be made, that would be in a separate section. That way you can't go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize so-and-so needed wheelchair access. And it's like, oh, so-and-so needs wheelchair access? Well, we better fucking hop on that shit. Get HR on the phone. We're going to set this up while we send a report to say, hey, look, we want to hire you. We're going to ask you a couple questions on what it is you're going to need.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Who's your daddy? What does he do? Because
it still happens where, someone doesn't get a job, and it might be because of a health condition. It might be because something happened. Technically illegal, but kind of hard to prove. But this is just obnoxious to me. If you want to destroy someone's life and you feel comfortable enough saying that over things that are not about life or death, I do have a problem with that. I really do. It's one thing to say that
discriminate against
I will destroy you if you lay harm to the people I care about. That's one thing. But to say I will destroy you because you don't believe what I believe, and that must make you a bigot.
What if you hate everybody equally?
Right.
I mean, technically, that's inclusive. Everybody's
it's inclusive. So I'm very inclusive in DEI. I'm inclusive. I hate everybody equally.
Right.
And see that, Great Kazoo, that's what I agree with that. It should be equality of opportunity. Everyone should have the same opportunities, or
Right.
should be, if possible, given the same opportunities. Okay, yeah, I can get behind that deep dive.
We need more cowbell.
No,
Essentially is what deep dive is
you're
saying.
lacking in the laying the smackdown. You need to lay more smackdown. Amen.
Chieftain,
And
you set up a
I'll stop
fight. Say
preaching.
ball.
I'll just leave it at this. Not everybody's going to be great at everything. Okay, I'm not
Except for me.
super great
I'm
at
also-
sewing,
Blowjob.
but I want to at least be competent enough where I can be relied upon it. Doesn't mean I'm going to be relied on all the time for all the sewing shit. Okay, but I can at least, I know what end of the fabric to hold to not get stabbed right now.
I do
So,
You
not.
like that mouse and that distant.
Oh god.
So does six-pack. Threading the needle.
you know, wrong needle, or wrong
Wrong
thread. Wrong
Wrong
hole.
everything.
Yeah,
Wrong
there was a
everything.
whole thing.
The whole thing was bad.
But this obsession with equality of outcome is only hurting people. And these
I
people are
agree.
so blind to it because as long as they can grandstand on all the failures that they never have to encounter while still peddling the same lie, they're going to be totally comfortable because as long as they get their money, they don't care. And that is really tragic to me.
Yeah.
I think that whole department of DEI is a waste of time.
And money.
Their argument is that people are racist and they're needed, but they see racism as a pandemic when it's more like a four-leaf clover. You very rarely see it, but they're creating this giant boogeyman, Oni, that everybody's racist, and they're using that as their caveat to use DEI.
You know who started
yeah.
that? Obama.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I mean,
Most
it's
racist
also
president
in
we had,
who
in my opinion.
counts. Who counts as those who must be saved?
Right.
You know,
The
the
victims,
Asians, the Asians by number are too successful, so we have to hold them
They
back.
are. They are the
They are
richest
too
people in
successful.
America.
Places
Yeah, they're
like
the
that.
richest people in America right now.
Do you know in
And-
the 40s, Oni, that people from African descent and people from Asian descent were in the same economic
Exactly.
situations, and now in 2024 the Asian community has excelled and by average are more successful than their
Anybody else?
friends from African descent. Why do you think that is? It's like it's a rhetorical question, but I know the answer. You know the answer. Our chat knows the answer. I'm not getting into a political debate, but I'm just saying a lot of Asians get into Harvard. A lot of Asians
Not
go
anymore.
into a lot of higher education. Not anymore, because you're too smart now, and you have a 2-parent household, and the world is not against you, or you don't perceive the world to be against you. But the world was against you in the 40s, post World War II. Like, not you particularly, but the Asian community. When I say Asian community, I mean the United States. So whether you're Korean, Japanese, Chinese,
Waging.
whatever, Filipino, by average, you can look up the stats. You can see the economics going up as far as the Asian community is concerned, but people that are black is pretty much flatlined. Now, civil rights have a lot to do with it. There was racism. There's a lot to do with it. But, I mean, there's also extenuating circumstances as well. But same situation back in the day, and one race is more successful than the other. Do the research yourself. I'm not doing your homework for you. If you're in the chat, if you don't agree with me, that's fine too. But, I mean, I study this extensively and work with people that are history professors that have actually proven this to be fact. So this is not me. Like, I talk to other people that are smarter than me about this. So, but yeah, go ahead, Oni. Or
No,
Soda,
I just
who wanted to talk. I don't know who wanted to talk next. It's probably Oni.
it was just the you know, only some people deserve to be saved mentality, you know, that I
Right.
just it bothers me.
It bothers me too. Yeah.
It gets to me because you're
My
basically
white privilege
picking and
card away. Hold
choosing
on.
who is deemed worthy, and I can't stand that. If you want to be somebody, you want to change your outlook, you want to go somewhere, I will absolutely 100% support you with that.
I
But you need to be the one to do it. So I just, yeah, the fact that someone would openly on social media say, I will destroy your career, it's like, now they're just getting blatant. And if it were, and the fact that they feel so comfortable doing that and saying that just blows my mind, because if it were someone else saying something so blatantly dangerous, you know, people would be lighting them on fire, metaphorically speaking, on social media. But this person felt so comfortable to say, I will destroy their careers, or you should make them incredibly scared. So you want to rule by fear. Good to know. Let me know how that goes for you.
Whoa.
Because historically speaking, it doesn't.
I can use it.
Fuck you.
You can't use the fuck you logo in the chat. I can.
Bullshit.
That's a tier 3 sub, bro. I can't have middle fingers going all over Twitch.
That was my favorite one.
I'm not trying to detract from your statement. Oh, that's it. Badger's banned for about 30 seconds.
No.
Pineapple and pizza. When we have a pizza party, I'm going to have a special room. It's going to have a pineapple and pizza, and I'm just going to put Badger in there and just lock the door and say, enjoy.
Put it out on the trash can.
It smells so bad. All right, let's see. How do I block her?
No.
Right click.
Remember, they can't stop us all.
They can't stop us. That's what they said during January 6th.
Yeah, and they also said that during the eggnog riot at West Point, so fuck off.
And the Emu Wars.
That was Australia. They kind of fucked themselves on that one.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I get it, guys. Thank you. Pineapples and pizza. Yeah, I get it. Jesus Christ. Superstar.
Not Gary. Don't start. God damn
it. Gary.
Make Gary great again.
Gary. So Soda, you didn't get to talk a lot, so go ahead and do the final read.
All right, trivia for the night. The PlayStation was developed after a fallen deal with which company? Sega, Nintendo, or Atari?
Gary,
Indiana.
Gary. Oni said B.
Got any other answers? I think somebody said maybe Atari.
I'm gonna say B as well.
Because somehow I feel like I remember hearing about that. Pretty sure I'm wrong. So.
Any more? Magma says Atari. Kazoo Atari. Winry, Nintendo.
Uh-oh.
No, go away. We finally leveled them up after 4 weeks.
What was he in timeout?
Yeah, he was definitely in timeout.
For what? Pickpocketing? That's hardly a crime.
Well, he didn't bite me this time. He got Mariner, so I might forgive him. Rick's fine. I'm okay with Rick. Mojo says Sega. Derp is not an answer.
Mariner, what the fuck is pig sticking?
It sounds gross.
I actually wore that t-shirt a couple days ago. My Pickle Rick t-shirt. Forgot I had that.
Pickle Rick. Riggedy Rick, son.
Turn myself into Pickle Morty and Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. Did you see the one when he's a leg? It's like, hey, check it out, Morty. I'm a leg. It's like a giant hairy leg. It was so funny. All right, so what is the answer to this question? We got it right. Oni, we were right. Team stuffed animals for the win.
Well, I couldn't answer because I already.
Well, I mean, you wrote the question, so.
Did find it highly. What's the word I'm looking for?
It looks like crank anchors.
Nobody even knows what crank anchors is. What the fuck?
Does anyone know what crank anchors is?
I do.
No,
but
that sounds horrible.
Mariner does, but he's in the right age bracket. So.
No, it's crank anchors is a show that they made prank phone calls. That's what it was.
That they did.
Yeah.
Not as good as a jerky voice, but.
Oh God, my ass nipples are killing me. I'm gonna put large pine cones up my ass. And now we have 15 people. Now that we're at the end of the show, we got 15 people in here. So if you have not followed, make sure you hit that follow button so we can get past 604. We keep on going 605, 604, 605, 604. Muppet prank calls, essentially, what Tyrandot says. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mariner actually watched it. That does not seem his type of thing to watch, you know?
But he said,
The Muppet
sadly,
Show,
I
yes.
know who they are. He didn't say he watched them.
Oh, that's true. Do you think you... All right. Do you think you actually watched Celebrity Deathmatch back in the... not Celebrity Deathmatch. Yeah, Celebrity Deathmatch. MTV, right?
I don't know.
Muppets gone wrong. I saw 1 or 2 episodes and I was out. I knew it. It's too exciting for Mariner.
Mariner's blood pressure was going up.
Didn't have MTV as a kid. Yeah, I that makes sense. I want my MTV. Yep. So yeah, not a bad show.
Yeah, we don't. What?
See, only 7 topics. We're able to do that in what? 3 hours?
3.5.
Because Hero's not
3.5
here.
hours? Yeah. So I figured, like, if we're one less person, we could do more topics. So
So everybody in the that's watching, make sure you send Hero a goodbye email.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
We miss you. We will miss you.
I'm cutting that and I'm clipping it to make it look like you're saying goodbye to him and just cutting the end of it.
Oh God.
No, you need to put some sad bitch music back
Yeah.
there too.
Some
Try to
violin.
sound the clock thing. Eyes of an angel fall away. We're sorry. We're gonna miss you, Hero, and I'm sorry we're not gonna have an umtacular part 2. Okay.
I had to get one in. I didn't get one all night. I had to.
Yeah, you were very good. You only had one burn for Hero tonight. It's kind of like weaning off cigarettes. You got to do it a little at a time.
Right. Yeah. Where's Hero? We fired. He quit. We fired him. Whatever. One of the two.
Oh my God.
Yes, he's leaving forever.
Garbage human.
Yep. That's all we got left to remember him by.
Shut up and dribble, bitch.
Hero does. Hero and Oni do most of the legwork when the show comes in for topics.
Bitches be thirsty.
Exactly.
True story.
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Okay. I wanted to bring up a surprise guest. So here they are. No, just kidding. Okay, guys. So it sounds like we're done.
Sweet.
Don't forget to like and follow, tell your friends. And don't put your hot dogs in your macaroni and cheese.
You're the only one who complains. So.
That's right, because it's gross.
You gotta try it and smother it in ketchup.
Ugh, gross. I saw this guy on The Price is Right today. He says, I put ketchup on my ketchup.
That's for my brother.
That's something Badger would do.
Oh, Road Penguin says goodnight. So we're going to be in our Discord. There'll be a couple of us in the Discord live. I think Maya's going to be there.
Be there.
Oh, Oni's, I think, showing something. Oh, there he is. He's famous.
Oh, kitty
Aww.
kitty.
Hang
I
on,
hate
Badger's
this.
about to explode the chat. Okay, bye,
I don't
Smitty.
know.
Bye. Sorry, buddy.
That's Smitty.
Yep.
Yeah. His
That
friend
was
Combs.
Smitty. She, come back. Come back. Okay, she leaves.
Scratching all
Here's my
that.
attention.
She just wanted to know what you were doing, scratching on the door all night, and you. Oh, she sits on the computer.
Why do you look so angry, Chi? Goodness gracious. Here. Or not, okay.
Bye, Winry. On behalf of Black Light Oni,
Yes!
Soda Pop,
Oh, look at him! He's massive!
whoa, Badger.
Urban Horror German Jensen.
Oh my gosh! He's so
I'm
chunky! Look at this!
He's a chunk.
Yes!
And that's Smitty.
No, this is Ponyo.
Oh, Ponyo.
Oh,
That's
no.
This is the
Ponyo.
chunky cat.
Aw,
He makes a nice pillow, though.
just sits there.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. We'll
Good
see
night,
you
guys.
next week. Have a great and safe weekend. If you want to help donate, pay for my car, please let me know.
Or my taxes.